Welcome, everybody, to The Real Deal with me, Larry, Lawton, and Benz.
What's up?
What's up?
David's here, too, with the news, Ben. We have a guest in the studio today. We have Tony the Gas Station Man.
Ooh, he's back.
He's back.
Hey, everybody.
He's alive.
I didn't hear him. Did you hear him?
He's,
Hey,
yeah,
everybody.
Hey, he's on the recording.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
fine.
but you got to put that mic. You can put the mic closer. Well, he's on the casting couch, everybody. Let everybody know you can, and people do come to the show and watch it. So if you are a fan and you're in the area and you just happen to come by on a Monday, we do tape on Mondays. Not tape, we do it. This is a live show. Everything goes right up right after we done it, and it's every Monday and Friday around 10 a.m., and we're in a little studio in Palm Bay, Florida. We got a lot going on. What a weekend we had, everybody. You know, today we got the news. We got a lot of stuff. Before I even get started, we are fucking gassed. The cigars are going great.
Hell yeah.
We have launched the crookeddiamondcigar.com. crookeddiamondcigar.com. And you can go on that website and do a pre-order. Here is the cigar right here, guys. If you have not looked, they are online. They are going. We are only doing 500 boxes. This is the pre-order, and this is amazing because you get a free T-shirt. You get free entry into our cigar club. You get 10 entries into the free cruise. Fucking exciting shit, Benz?
It is, man. And I can't believe how quickly they're going. I thought that we were going to have some time between the PayPal and the credit card because we're still not accepting credit
that was
cards.
my question. You're going to have a credit card eventually.
100% we will. We're just working on it. We didn't realize that with the whole tobacco thing that there was going to have limitations on what, you know. So we're working on that. But it's almost amazing how many people have PayPal.
You know,
How about Venmo?
You can't do Venmo. No, just PayPal right now.
Just PayPal. You know, so you're right, because I asked you, I says, that's only PayPal. Now, I have PayPal. A lot of people have PayPal. But, you know, more people than I do. Listen, young people have PayPal.
That's what it is. I think the younger generation, which is our demographic.
But a cigar smoker, the older people, have credit cards.
That's right. The people that and I've had people already message me and say, "Listen, I can't shop with PayPal.
Me too.
And I get it, and we're working on it. And as soon as we absolutely can. Now, if we're gonna get to a point where it's getting to the point where PayPal is about to take all of 500, we will put 100 aside specifically for people who want to use credit cards.
Okay, good enough.
I think that's
fair.
that's the only way to
But
keep it
how
going.
long do you think it'll take? It shouldn't take that long, should it?
To what?
To get the credit cards.
It's out of our hands. You know, if I had like a time frame to give you, then would have been fine. But they told me last Wednesday, they told me a day or two.
Who's
And
they?
here we are, PayPal.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Because we're using them as a merchant. But because I don't want to wait and because we care about you guys, I've since then talked to a bank contact that Larry gave me, and we might be able to switch it over to them and then take credit cards right out of the gate. So we're working on it.
We're working on it. There you go, everybody. And listen.
They're going quick, though, so get them.
I had somebody actually email me, and they said, if I send you a check, they can do that. I mean, if somebody sent me a check, I'm not going to refuse them. If they're taking the time to get my P.O. box and did all that, and they figured it out, listen, if the money there, and if it's not, I'll call them and tell them I need 20 more bucks. Whatever it is,
right.
I'll definitely do it. I mean, you know, I want people to get the cigar who want it. If they want it that bad, they're going to get it. Right. That's how I look at it. I really do. So we had so much going on. We got that going on. Obviously, we're going to be having the T-shirts. That's going to be cool as shit. Now, on the website, if anybody goes there, it does not have a size order. So just put it in the
Comment.
Put it on the comment. I need an extra large, a large. We only have 3 sizes. Large, extra large, and
2X.
Yep. That's cigar people are big people. Like me. No, but I lost weight, man. You know, I'm down 43 pounds. I'm down to 215.
That's fucking awesome.
Started at 258, man. Fuck.
You look great.
I feel good.
You look
That's
good.
why I could never keep this pace. Honestly, with all the videos and everything else and this without and we have fun. Like we have football Sunday. We have our own club. It's called the Palm Bay Country Club. It's a group of guys that come here and
No, I'm not part of this club. This is
you would be,
Davis,
wait a minute, you would be invited. There's certain criteria.
You're part of the other club.
Yeah, but you're part of the other club. So you're like the snobby nose club, we call it.
Well, that's bullshit. I'm not a snotty.
No. Listen, a lot of them aren't, but
You're part of the club where you can't get a seat. You got to stand up.
I always get that.
Oh, no,
Hey,
Gary's great.
We'll
never say anything about Gary.
I always get a seat.
I didn't say nothing about Gary.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is tough to get a seat. So, and when you can't get a seat, he's right. What the fuck? You can't get
You
a
sit on the fucking floor.
Yeah, go fuck you.
Oh, you're from the Palm Bay Club. You can sit on the floor.
Chair right
No,
here.
no, we have our own chairs here.
You and the
We have our own chairs here.
Everybody's
They're
got their own chair with
assigned chairs.
Assigned chair.
Anybody new has to come either a couch and it can
Or a kitchen chair. We'll
Or
get
a kitchen chair.
like a real club.
Yeah. Oh, this is the club.
What's
man.
the dues?
We even have T-shirts.
Do you have dues?
Yes.
What are the dues?
Once every week, certain person has to buy pizza. The next guy, the next guy, the next guy.
That's easy dues.
Yep.
That's easy dues.
And then we drink and we have fun. And
So I'm invited.
absolutely.
Are
you
we
can.
watching Red Zone or are we?
We
watching
have two,
all-
Red Zone and the TV. We have two active TVs.
Because if the birds are playing, I gotta watch the birds.
No.
You can watch the birds.
coming.
Listen, you can watch the birds every week here.
We have every channel.
We have an app that gets every football game.
So do I. Yeah.
Yeah, we all have that. We have every channel. But anyway, so much is going on. First of all, I want to.
Is the cruise booked?
The cruise needs to start. The
Well,
don't talk about the real deal.
We'll get better at that.
Yes, that I bought a actually podcast clock and everything for the studio.
So we know the time because not every direction sees the how long it's been.
right, exactly.
And
So
I don't
the
think
only
we've
person who
started
knows the time is Larry because I
And
can't
me.
see it and you can't see it.
oh,
I can't
he
see-
sees it right there. He's got
see
the
it.
actual
Okay,
time.
but you can't see that.
No,
I don't need to see that. That's just for Larry,
Right.
really.
Why does he need to see that?
because I'm running the show.
Okay. Well, he can
Running the show, baby.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I get
obviously,
what you're saying.
I gotta. If we have a guest coming on,
We've had
timing.
shows that were like fucking almost 3 hours because we didn't know how long it goes so quick.
Yeah,
I know.
You know?
and it does go quick. But it was funny.
What do you like to keep him at? $1.20?
Buck and a half, whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't even look at that, Dave.
Nah.
Here's the greatest part. I was with you last night till what? 2:30 in the morning.
Quarter to 3.
Quarter to 3.
Sheesh.
And Dave says, "I'll be here for the news."
And he's here,
been
baby.
fucking rock solid.
I didn't go to sleep yet. I had to stay up.
Are you serious?
Oh, there you go. All right, you could have came over earlier.
Serious.
You look.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you look fine.
I
You
didn't-
took a
I didn't-
shower,
I didn't
you ready to
drink. I
go?
took a shower. I didn't drink. I didn't party. I didn't do nothing. I just tried to go to sleep but couldn't.
And here's what he did.
And,
He watched the news because he got the news today.
I got up at 7:30 in the morning, had coffee and my vitamins, and
Watch the
watching
news?
And haven't eaten a thing, Zach. You'd be proud of me. Not one, not even a pretzel since almost 48 hours ago.
Dude, that's
That's
fucking
great.
amazing.
I mean, not yesterday was 0. The day before was dinner.
and then you
and-
drinking
and-
only water?
Only water. No,
I had
no.
2 drinks yesterday.
Yesterday you drank. No.
So
Two
the drinks might as well be a meal. Just so you know.
Yeah,
Might- 'cause
calories-wise.
Well, not calories. They spike your insulin, right? This whole diet is to not have.
So
to get yourself in ketosis
if I
after
drink
12 hours.
If I drink water, that's
Perfect.
better.
Perfect.
Water and fasting.
Do you notice yesterday Dave
I
had
drink-
water most of the day and then I had 2 beers?
I did
But-
too.
Yeah.
Towards
had
the
water.
end,
I also
had
drink
2
black
drinks.
coffee.
Yeah,
had
I do too.
2 Maker's Marks and 1 beer all day,
Listen,
and then rest water.
I can only tell everybody what I'm doing. I'm doing intermittent fasting. Which
You're doing
means
good. You're back down to 215.
15, man. I feel great. I started at 258, so that's 43 pounds.
How long ago?
About 5 months ago, I'm guessing.
Hasn't been 5 months.
No, no
Four?
way.
Less.
Less.
Like 3 months, yeah.
2
I
and
would
a
say
half, 3 months.
Two and a
since
half,
you
3.
started
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, about that.
About 3 months.
Yeah.
It feels. I don't even know it because I'm.
You just dropped like 180 calories, not 180 pounds, not too long ago. Something like that.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't know.
150.
150? Yeah, she was little.
162.
This guy's been losing weight like it's fucking going out of style. over here.
Absolutely, and loving every minute of it.
Staying lean, baby.
Notice
Yeah,
it right away too.
that's
Huh?
the
You
that.
could notice him losing weight.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
I notice it in his face more than anything.
I notice it by my energy level.
I don't know.
That's how you
I don't know why, but I see Larry without a shirt on a lot, and you could see it on your fucking
His
on
gut?
yeah, like the mass, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see my dick.
Awkward
Look at how it
silence.
got quiet.
Awkward
in here.
silence. I don't know what to say, and it only took 9 minutes.
No,
You
because
see all 3 inches of it.
yeah, when you go straight down, you can see it is amazing. I'll slap mine on the table with anybody. Anyway, let me keep going here. So I got something going on. Last week we had a great show. We had Dr. Frank Filiberto. We got some emails. It is a funny fucking show. He is a character. We are asking him. We've had some emails to have him back. We got to get him back. You know,
That
we
would be
all
great.
know him. And I want to show someone. So if they haven't seen anything, we talked about butt plugs.
Oh fuck! Here
This
we go.
is what a butt. If you're online, or if you're on Spotify, or something.
That looks like a football on a trophy
Look,
thing.
okay, see, these are what they call the jewel. This is a butt plug jewel, and this is a special one. This
the fuck?
one,
Your pockets are just full of butt
well, I
plugs?
brought them out just to show. These are some friends of mine. So you hit this button here. You see that one on, and this has a remote control, and it vibrates, and it's glass.
Inside the butt?
Yeah, it's glass. You want to feel it?
No, absolutely not. Keep that shit away from
Glass
me.
and it vibrates?
Yes.
Looks like a Christmas light.
Now listen, it's got
That's gonna look like a Christmas light. You're
it's
right.
got 10. It's got 10. 10. What do they call it?
Modes.
10 like
10 vibrating modes.
vibrating modes. Just because people ask, hey, some people say one guy's girl goes to work, he gets them hard all day.
Yeah, so I got an email. fuck@thatbenz.com, by the way. Send me all the fucking bullshit you want to send. I love getting emails from you guys. So one of the emails that I got, and we laughed hard as shit when I got this email. He said, I like, because I said in the last show, if you're into butt plugs or if you know anything about them, if you want to hear about them, then email me, because I was calling bullshit on that. So he messaged me and he says, I don't know what your problem is. First of all, Larry's right. Every fucking email starts with Larry's right. I don't know why.
Listen, because they're normal people.
And he goes, my girlfriend takes a butt plug to work, something like that. And he says, it keeps me hard all day thinking about her.
With the butt plug in her.
I mean, that's just fucking perverted, bro.
No, it's not. I love that girl. That girl's a winner. Keep her. Whoever you are, keep her.
That girl's a winner, but she can't sit still.
No, you should. No, she has. You know what
You
it is?
can sit on a butt plug.
Oh, sure.
You got one in right now?
No, I don't. I will. Next time I will. I'll let you know, and I'll get up and show the whole audience.
Zach, you gotta try it out.
All right, I'll try it out.
No.
I'll try it out. You know what? As soon as I fucking get done here, I'm running home. First I'm
you
gonna
know
run
what?
the
I want
gas.
to call. I want to call Amanda, see if she ever uses it.
Don't fucking bring my saint wife's name up when you're talking about this dirty shit. Oh,
You know what I love when you hear these people? Everybody out there, just you got to know this. Whenever you hear somebody rebutting something so much, you know what it means, Tony?
That it's true.
It's true. They're freaky. And that's quite all right. Everybody knows I'm open to all that kind of crap. But I just want to let everybody know they are real. They do work. And I'm telling you.
What do they do? What's the...
You know, I'll tell you the truth. You obviously build up to whatever you're going to build up. It's the feeling. When you orgasm with a butt plug or even a finger in your ass or whatever you do, and anybody out there, you will blast the fuck off because it's the squeezing of the sphinx to them.
Oh, but I'm talking about females.
Females too.
I didn't even know men put that shit in their butt.
men and women.
See, now you're getting real weird.
Now, I'm not getting real weird. Tony?
You know a man's G spot is in his butt, right?
Right, well, it's the prostate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call that a male's prostate. A male's
About
prostate.
guys.
They have toys. If you just go on.
I get it for the guy because I know that if you put a finger up there, it makes you come quicker. I know that.
Right. Well, even a woman.
Is that what your wife does?
No, we don't fuck. I don't like things in my butt.
No, that's
I don't
okay.
like-
No, that's okay.
I'm the same way.
No. And that's okay. No, listen. Everybody has their whatever. No, and that's why I always say everybody should just not judge anybody because nobody knows.
I'm not judging. You can do
you're
whatever
not.
you want.
I know
yeah.
you don't. You don't judge people. I know that.
We joke around a lot on this show, but I can give a fuck what you do.
I know
behind
you
closed
do.
doors.
So
That's
listen,
your
I know
shit.
you when we're out. You don't give a shit. Like
I
nobody
don't.
gives a fuck. And the key is that's why I have become to where I am because does it really fucking matter? First of all, I don't give a fuck if anybody gives a fuck. That's number one. You know that.
True.
And that's true as fuck. From
You know,
in here.
gas station has a lot of he has a lot of knowledge in this department. Is
Gas
it true?
station Tony?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Tony, you got a lot of
And why
knowledge.
is that, Tony?
I just read about it and heard about it.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried a butt plug?
Hey, turn the microphone towards you.
I plead the fifth on everything.
Oh, so that means yes.
Yes,
yes.
exactly. This isn't the court of law, so we'll
Tony,
continue.
I gotta say something, Tony, and on a positive note. I got to meet Tony's wife for the first time.
Yes.
Beautiful woman.
Sweetheart.
Very lucky guy.
Of course, I hit on her.
Dirty son of a
Hit
bitch.
on a lot that night.
When was this? Friday night at the
Good thing,
pocketbook
because I
thing?
got a beautiful woman.
Yeah, you do have a beautiful woman. He has got a beautiful
Me, I
woman.
just get mad and put people in headlocks. We don't talk about that on the show.
She got hit on so many times that it's a good self-esteem booster for me. I got a beautiful woman.
It's a compliment.
Exactly.
True,
I walk
true.
around with my head held high.
You know, Tony, that you said something. I tell everybody out there: if you're jealous that your wife or girlfriend are out there getting hit on, that should be the biggest compliment in the world. And it always takes two to tango. So don't ever just blame the guy if things happen.
Oh.
Yes, don't ever just blame the guy. It takes two to tango.
No, I happen to agree with you, but that goes against the statement he just said.
Who, Tony?
Yeah.
That what?
He said that he likes that people hit on his
That's
wife.
right. So
It's a compliment.
But you said it takes two to tango. That means she had to be putting something out there for them.
no. I meant if they did something. No, you
He
took
means
that wrong.
Commented on when she's walking in, they say she's beautiful. Oh, your wife is beautiful. That's a good compliment. Not
I
like they're
agree.
hitting on her or anything like that. They're just complimenting.
Hold on.
You're
Even-
walking up the block with your wife holding her hand and she's getting looked at by guys. That's a compliment.
compliment,
You
yeah.
know she's going home with
Of
you.
course. That's
Hold on. If she's hit on, he's at that table, and this guy, he goes to the bathroom. Guy comes up to her and says, "Man, baby, what are you doing? Oh, wow, you're beautiful. What are you doing? You going to dinner later?" She says, that's a compliment. And he sees the guy when he comes walking back, and the guy goes, "Oh, okay, you with?" She goes, "No, here's my husband, Tony," or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the biggest compliment in the world to Tony, because this dude is fucking wanting his wife. And
If you didn't know.
but listen, obviously, David, it depending on the respect issue.
Right.
When I go out and I wore an upside down pineapple shirt to a pretty high end event, and people look at me like fucking Larry's crazy. You wore. No, they know who I am. Everybody laughed, right?
They already
Tony,
know-
they love
they
it.
already-
You saw it.
Oh, yeah.
They already know you're crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. But my point is,
Half the people don't even know what it is.
more than I thought.
Well, what we've done since we found out, we've educated the world.
But we didn't even know at one time.
That's
No,
true.
I didn't even know.
And you didn't even. We only found out, what, 6 months ago? Whatever.
Yeah,
my
whatever.
birthday.
Whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Gas station knew.
My last
You
year.
always knew?
Yeah,
Last
at least
year.
15 years.
We only found out, I don't know,
Last year.
Found out
My
you
birthday.
found
within the last year.
We got to do that trip again, man.
And I don't know how the hell we found out.
My birthday. It was actually Cammie and Matt in the pool were telling us about during my birthday last year in Cancun.
Oh, in Cancun. That's right.
So anyway, yes, just to let everybody know that's gonna be fun. Next Monday we're gonna do a show. It's my birthday.
And we're fucking bringing out the fucking roller. That's when we picked our winner.
Oh, fucking the roller! Yeah, if you haven't signed up for the giveaway, that's gonna be cool.
Better
The
hurry
rooms
the
are bought
fuck up.
already. Yeah. It's called the
Benz, how does the sign up going? A lot of people entered?
We've got, yes, this is a real giveaway, man.
No, I know it's
Now,
real.
the
but
odds
I'm-
aren't stupid. They're not stupid odds. It's not like one of 10,000.
one of a 500,
More than that.
one of 1,000.
Especially now with all the pre-orders and the 10 per.
Oh,
It'll be out of 15 to 1,600. I'm surprised so little people signed up compared to how many people listen.
But you know what's good? If you bought a box of cigars and got 10 tickets,
Right.
that's pretty good odds.
That
10
is-
out of one,
out of
1,000,
1,500.
but that's not bad
No,
odds.
that's good odds.
And this it was more expensive than I thought, to be honest.
That 1,500 doesn't include the 100 friends of yours that I cleaned the fucking playlist with. I saw the fucking list. I look at the fucking list. It's all fucking Larry's friends. I'm like, fuck this guy, fuck that guy.
Hey, they just want to go support it.
I get it. You know what? I found a couple of my friends too.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah, the car
I
guys.
removed them.
Yeah, if anybody says, "Oh, I'm in a car club and won," out, throw them off the ship.
One thing I want to tell you though, I have people at the meet that before I even was doing this show with you, they were fans of yours. And you remember that call that you got one day? I FaceTimed you from the fucking one of the car meets. So if those people, although I know them, those are real listeners. Those are real fans. If they win, we can't take it away from them.
Well, you told me the rules on these shows. If you know one of the guests, the host, you cannot win.
Fine.
I mean, I'm being honest.
I know.
There's people I know who bought cigars and whatever, and they can't win.
I know, but yeah, but they can afford it.
Well, it's not that you can't go by a 40. You can't. We can't do that.
Okay.
I mean, that's just not right.
Well, then there's 3 people who are listening to this show right now, and they're pissed off
Well,
that I know.
Listen, if they come, I'll buy them drinks.
All right.
How's that?
You know what? You guys get with me. I'll help you get your cruise going.
Yeah.
How about that?
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But no, because you said that, and I'd hate to see it, and somebody say, "Oh, he knows Benz. They knew each other from the car show."
That's true. It's true.
And you know, or listen, I know legit people, and not rich, know me and bought something and can't afford. And they're not rich at all, but they can't win now. And I told them that. They go, "You? What do you mean I can't win?" I said, "Listen, how would it look if you win this prize and you know me that well?" It's going to look bad for you, look bad for me.
Not only that, my biggest thing is I want an actual fan on the cruise with us.
Well, no, I think a lot of...
Well, some of our friends are actual fans.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
we
true.
just
That's- we were
can't.
just saying
We
that.
can't know the person
Right.
personally.
Yeah, and that, if you ever notice, like Howard Stern, that's all in their stuff, too. You cannot know the people on the show.
And you wouldn't know who they know. They're not as open as we are.
Right, and we are open. I mean, that's just the way the show is. All right, now, that's the giveaway, everybody. We have, what a great Monday. I'm energized today. I don't know why. I met a bunch of good people. I met a couple that's real fun. I met a lot. Now, David and I were talking about the news. So we're going to go to the news. So weekend was a great weekend for me. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Football Sunday's our thing.
The cruise is booked.
Cruise is booked.
That's it. Ready to go.
No. Anybody can book.
Okay, so there's only one ship that it could be. Do you remember the name of the ship?
Yes, it is. The Liberty. It's the Carnival Cruise Line. The ship is the Liberty. It's November 18th out of Cape Canaveral. Liberty's only going out of one port. Oh. It's Port Canaveral. So all you got to do is go on the Carnival Cruise Line. Click on Cruises, November. Cruise 2 to 5 days. That's how you do it. And you put 2 to 5 day cruise
November 18th.
In November. Then you look for November 18th. There's only one cruise, and it is the Liberty. It's a 3 or 4 day cruise. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
And you have any questions on it, email us, send us a message.
And for your listeners, how roughly what's the price for your listeners? Like for a regular person.
For an inside room for two, it's about $250 each. That's it.
So $500 for a couple.
For two people. I mean, listen, if you're a friend on here and you guys got a gamers and you watch this show, hook up together. You're not going to be in your room much. You're going to be out on deck getting fucked up all fucking. That's what it is.
You're going to be showing up to the room to pass out, wake up, and leave.
Right. And they have the rooms where they can split the bed. So it's not like you're sleeping with somebody else.
Now, I just want to make this clear. That's for an inside room. We're getting whoever wins this giveaway a balcony room.
Oh, no. It costs a lot more.
It's upgraded.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Their room costs over $1,000 for me.
Right.
2 days, 3 days.
So I'm fucking super excited.
Matter of fact, they're right next to Ben's room.
Really?
I swear to
God. That's
God.
fucking awesome. Let's go.
I swear to God, they're right next to your room.
Oh, dude, we're going to party so fucking hard.
I put myself on the other end of the ship. No, I didn't.
That's okay.
I didn't.
The further, the better. We don't have to hear your shenanigans overnight.
Oh, yes, you will. From wherever.
Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're going to do the news, yeah?
Yeah, and they are right next to you.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Fun.
So it's going to be a lot of fun to cruise, everybody. And we're dying it. We're going on it. Dave, me, Benz, everybody's going on this cruise. It's going to be a lot of
Gas
fun.
station, you going?
I got a quick question about this
Hold on.
cruise.
What's this? November 18th.
You just heard.
Benz.
Try to make it. We'll see.
He's married.
Benz,
He's really
I got a
cock-blocked.
quick
His
question, Benz.
wife's got him by the fucking scrotum.
I got a quick question, Benz-in-law. What happens if a kid wins the cruise and wins the laptop? What happens to the room you booked?
You cannot win the laptop and the cruise.
Right, so then what would happen?
Don't worry. I got people for the room no matter what.
Yeah, trust me, the room ain't going to waste.
The problem is, if they want the laptop, if they're not 21 and over, if they don't live in the United States, and they can only win the laptop, we buy them the laptop and we figure something out for the cruise. Maybe we'll figure it out when that happens. How about that?
Yeah, I know he wants to talk to me off air.
Yeah, we'll talk off air.
Yeah, and you know what? At that
We
point,
thought about it a little bit, but
I mean, it's just Jesus, money.
Jesus.
We don't have a sponsorship for this, do we?
right. But
No,
this
me.
But this
cigar.
podcast is fucking sponsored by Oliva.
Oliva Cigars, man. They are our partners in everything, and thank them always every time.
Great
we do a
cigar.
show. Yeah, great cigar, and they partner with me, third largest company.
Dave, you only smoke Olivas, don't you?
That's all.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
this.
no, not now. Crooked Diamond.
Well, that's an Oliva. It's an Oliva brand.
It is
No,
an Oliva,
no.
It's Oliva product.
It's a
Yeah,
little
that's
product.
what I mean.
Right.
It's our own brand.
That's our own brand.
Right, but it's an Oliva product.
Right.
Well, it's made by Oliva. If you want to talk.
All right, fellas, let's hit the news.
Okay, let's go to Dave.
Well, let's start with world news.
Okay, let's go. Of course.
We got three things to talk about. Of course, Ukraine. And, of course, what happened in Italy yesterday and Iran yesterday.
Okay,
over the last week.
Let's go. Let's go with Ukraine.
Ukraine, a lot of shit's happened in the last week with Putin calling up 300,000 reserves, letting people out of prison to go to the front line, threatening a nuclear thing, which they all think he's serious. The United States
You mean
and
they think he's,
Zelensky.
to
He's not
nuke?
bluffing.
You think he not nuke at us? You mean nuke in Ukraine?
Right.
What would happen?
What's happening there is over the weekend, he had a vote, a referendum it's called. He had a vote for 4 provinces that he holds control over in Ukraine since the war started.
Right.
So he had a vote, a sham vote. Do they want it to be Russian? So he's, of course, 95% of the people are voting yes because his Russian army is going door to door, handing the ballot, and you check the ballot. If you check no, you don't want it to be.
They shoot you.
They're writing your name down, and you're going to be fucking
And they all know
shot
that.
later.
Right.
So it's a game.
You know, I'm pushing back on that.
Now, but here's what's happening.
Well, I'm pushing back on that.
On what, the vote?
You know, I think that's propaganda. I think the United States pushes a lot of propaganda as well. I was around during the Russian War. I mean, Cold War. I was in the military. And I used to board Russian ships, and I dealt with Russian people. Great people, to be honest. Very friendly. They were brainwashed like we were brainwashed. Both of us were brainwashed. And it's propaganda. Each country does its propaganda. And don't think for a second. I love this country 1,000%, and I am supporting the Ukrainian people 100%. But there comes a point in time where we have to step back and not believe all the bullshit that's on the news every day. Because, first of all, at what point are we, the United States, going to stop putting money into this thing? Listen, I don't know how key fucking the Ukraine is into the war. And I know what you're going to say, bro. My brother's going to say, oh, but you can't let Putin take over in Finland. I get it. He's not. Ukraine is not a NATO country. We did make a promise with them, so I get that part of it years ago. But just let's always take one step back when you listen to the news. There's a lot of propaganda on our part, and there's a lot of propaganda on his part, I am sure.
The NATO mention that you say, they're not a NATO country, so us giving them money is almost like a direct transaction. It has no actual reason for it other than a handshake.
Right. You know, when you think exactly what it is. You know, when you join NATO, it's, you know, attack on one is attack on all. That's NATO. I get that one. That was during...
Not anybody could just join NATO.
I get it.
All right.
I get it. But my point to you is, if we're doing all of this, giving these arms, doing this, giving intelligence, giving everything, right, why fucking join NATO if you're going to get that anyway? You know, what the fuck's the reason to join NATO?
They want to join NATO.
Well, no.
Ukraine wants to join NATO, big time.
Did they ask to join? I mean,
yes.
And why hasn't they? We don't want them in?
Not right at this moment because of what's happening.
If we don't want them in, then why are we fucking doing what we're doing?
You got to remember, it's not only our decision.
Right. NATO.
Exactly.
It's like a boardroom
One
decision.
person votes no. One country votes no. No, they don't come in.
Okay. You see, listen, again, there's reasons for all this. At what point does the United States say, we are going to go broke? We're going fucking broke.
I don't think we'll go broke before Russia.
Again, is this the Cold War back in fucking when Reagan fucked it up and we won it? We did win Star Wars. We did win the Cold War because Reagan outspent them. And it crashed them, but it didn't do us any good either. A lot of shit came out of that crap from the drug war, and then we try to get more money. Prisons become a moneymaker. I can go on and on how things work. I'm just wanting to say one thing on this whole thing. I get it. I get the war, I get everything. And I really feel, and I like Zelensky. I like the whole what's going on. I just don't know, and I don't want people to believe propaganda really quickly. Oh, you know, they're going to be shot if they fucking don't do this.
We don't know that for a fact. We assume that shit.
Yeah, if it's a joke, it's a joke. I get it. But I don't know if it's true.
But you don't think Putin runs that kind of shit? If you disagree with him, what about that?
No,
Ben,
I don't.
If you've been watching TV,
I don't.
You should see the mass graves from all of this shit. And it's like unbelievable.
You know what? You know why I'm going to push back on that? You know, the last war I saw was 1992. I mean, the real war on TV.
War?
The Gulf War on TV. And we're watching bombs go into fucking goddamn chimneys, in buildings, in windows, blowing shit up on TV.
By us.
Right.
Okay.
You haven't seen one thing like that.
Because they don't have the equipment we have.
You bullshit. There's propaganda on you. If you don't think Russia has the technology to put a fucking bomb in a window, then you're probably misspoken. Totally.
We don't know what they have.
Thank you. My point is nothing. You don't see shit out there. You don't see fucking, you know, zing, you know, bomb, blowing up, fucking crazy.
Nah, you see them coming in by foot and tanks and shit like that.
And that's it. And you're not seeing anything. You're not fucking, I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm questioning.
There's still innocent people dying.
Absolutely. But you know, Benz, as sad as this is going to sound, and I have, you know me, I'm a very compassionate person. There's people dying everywhere. If we're going to do this, what happened with Rwanda when 500,000 people were fucking killed over in Rwanda? 500,000, 200,000 in Darfur.
I know what you're saying. How do you choose who you save?
How do you choose the fucking who you save? Darfur, right. You know, I mean, at what point are we as a country got to stop and say, wait the fuck a minute?
You have a lot of conservative views for such a liberal person.
You know I'm liberal. Very socially
that.
liberal.
I know that.
But I am somewhat fiscally conservative.
Well, fiscally conservative. I guess that ties into fiscal.
It
Sure,
sure fucking does.
Yeah, it does.
That's where I'm going with it.
Right.
At what point are we going to make ourselves
How come
poor?
I didn't hear you fucking throwing the shit in the air when they gave fucking Iran billions of dollars?
I disagree with that too. Yeah, because we didn't talk about it. We didn't even have the world
That's a
news
big
at that
deal
point.
for me, man.
Listen. Why do I support what you? I believe in. You should have your own things. You should have stuff.
How about how about $20 billion to Pakistan 2 months ago for
the
fucking
hurricanes,
full typhoons?
Typhoons, yeah.
Yeah, but now let me say, I support your strong military, and go do what the fuck you want. You can defend not you. Israel can defend itself, no fucking question. They can wipe out fucking Iran tomorrow.
They will.
I don't want them to because
Right.
the Iranian people are, and you're seeing this on TV right now. It's actually highlighted, and I'm sure you guys
That's
are
going
going
to be on the news too.
Right. So you're seeing this right now. The Iranian people, and I will stand behind this all day. They do not want the death of Israel. They do not want to go to war. They are people
Hey,
like
it's the
you
government,
and me.
right.
It's the
Exactly.
people. It's the people that are running the show
Exactly.
that are making it seem like they're anti-America. They're anti the West in general, and that they want to kill you and the Sharia law and all that bullshit. But look what's happening in that country right now. I'll let you
Right
hit that.
now, right now,
Let's go from that. That was my opinion.
right
on
now,
Ukraine.
less than a week ago.
Wait, one more question on Ukraine and Ukraine. Where is the news at least saying the war is at? I mean, is it any close to being done? Is there any land being given or taken? And then we'll end the Ukraine.
Yes, a lot of land is being taken back by Ukraine
Okay.
on the offense.
What are the best analysts in the world? At least what our analysts are saying. Where are they at?
Where
What's
are they at?
what's the end result? I always try to get to a solution.
End result?
Yeah.
Putin loses power.
Putin himself loses power.
His own people
Okay,
are already protesting against them and going against them big time.
Right, and you believe that they're getting shot for that?
Who?
You're saying if you
No, I'm
vote
talking about
against
the
them, you
people
get
in
no. He's
Russia.
saying I get what he's saying.
The
'cause
people in Russia.
right.
they're protesting.
I'm
now.
talking about the people who are getting shot, or the people in Ukraine who vote no, that they don't want to be a Russia.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I push back on that one. I do not push back on what I've heard about protesting people, and that's because I heard it on the internet. And that's, believe it or not, you get more of that because VPNs and stuff that people can
And
come out and say.
any male in Russia who gets caught protesting gets arrested and got to go to the front lines. Straight to the front.
Yeah, that's
lines.
pretty stupid. He ain't gonna fight.
No, he's gonna
Surrender immediately.
That's what they're all doing.
I did see
They're
2,300 people.
all doing. Not all, but vast majority of these kids that are going to the front line are taking their uniforms off
And walking over
and
there.
walking over to Ukraine and surrendering
Wow.
with their tanks burning down
They
and everything.
just don't believe in this fucking war. You can't fight for something you don't believe in.
Yeah,
Well, that's what's happening.
yeah, and
A
that,
lot of them have relatives over there.
Right.
well, you know what they always say, and it's the truth. The old men start wars, young people die for them, and that's what's wrong. But now let's go to the next one. We got that for what's going on in Iran.
There's been a lot of mass riots going on in Iran because less than a week ago, they arrested a woman in Iran for not wearing her burqa.
A burqa, everybody, is the veil.
The headgear, whatever it is.
There's our new-
Headdress.
That's our new news.
headdress.
Hijab.
The headdress. Yeah, hijab.
Tony, is that hijab? Is that the right term?
Jab, yep.
Okay.
Tony is a
So when
practicing Egyptian, right?
When they arrested her, she ended up dying in their custody.
You don't
A very
practice
healthy young
Egyptian.
girl. A very healthy young girl died in their custody. Got.
I mean, things that happen in the United States prison system every day.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So now protesting over that
mass-
one person dying.
Over the headgear
Listen,
too.
Over there,
reason,
all over the world, the protesting, I
They're
heard.
posting mostly in Iran, but according to Tony, all over the world they're protesting about that.
Now, Tony is originally from Egypt. That's why Tony had, and you actually speak
Arabic.
Egyptian. But Tony, are you from there? Or
Yeah, I was born there.
He was born there.
He's
Okay.
a Christian, though, which is...
Born where? When you say I was
I
born,
was born in Egypt.
in Egypt.
Alexandria.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
As a Christian Egyptian, you are not the majority.
Sure, I can imagine
Right.
that.
We
Yes.
were at one time.
At one time, that's right.
Now, see, there's another thing, and I get it, and I totally believe people should do what they want if they want to protest
And
stuff.
since the protests started, all the women are coming out and guys, and they're taking their hajjas, what do they call them?
Hijabs.
Hijabs and burqas off or whatever, and they're burning them in piles.
The women are.
The women are.
Good
Well,
for them.
The men don't wear them.
Good for them.
So the women are burning them. And since this has been happening, which is about 5 days now, these riots, over 24 women have been killed.
Well, I think they could be stoned if they do certain things.
According to Sharia law, but I don't know that Sharia law is in full effect in Iran.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
we don't know. Again, we're only just doing the news the way we know it.
Right.
When this one happened, the first thing that happened, they're talking about he's in prison, in custody, and got died. I know people who died in custody. I know people who died for the stupidest reasons, and you know too, bro.
Of course.
So I get
This is
mad.
a stupid reason, but you said something earlier when we were just talking about it happening. She's not going to die in vain here. This woman, if you see the riots and everything that's happening, she's going to be the martyr that make the difference.
Exactly. He might change the whole.
I fucking hope that.
I could hope that.
Yeah.
And I always think of that when I see a prisoner die. I get, is this the one that's going to change the world and change the prison system? Sadly, it hasn't.
See, the problem with the United States, what you're talking about, is me and you have been in prison, and so has Benz. We've seen it. I've seen a ton of people die. Not a ton, but I've seen people die in prison by being abused by medical or cops or whatever.
And the paperwork always justifies
and the
it.
public don't even never hear about
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It's because the paperwork justifies it.
Yeah,
the shit that the news get.
the prisons justify it.
They lie. They cheat. They lie. People think, just please, I love this country, but don't believe everything you fucking read. Be your own person. Don't be so naive to think the United States is this perfectly country that doesn't have human rights. We have a fucking ton of bad human rights in this country, and we fucking are on a high horse against Saudi Arabia,
China.
or another China. Stop it, man! Fucking stop it! Don't fucking throw fucking rocks when you live in a glass house, because it's gonna break your fucking damn windows. And that's exactly what's happening. And when the more we educate people, the more young people who listen to my show get online, start looking shit up, email Benz, email me. I'll send you not just crazy websites, not an Alex Jones fucking whack job or a fucking crazy
Or not
shit.
shit that Fox or CNN tells you.
Either of those fucking networks. They have agendas.
I think
I got no agenda.
I think you should read everything.
Thank you.
And then
And make your own
opinion.
decision.
Exactly.
Read between the lines is what I say.
There you go.
I always say read between the lines. And just put it in the back of your head that nobody's pure in this fucking game. Neither side is pure. If you could keep that in your head, you're going to fucking start looking at things a little bit there. It took me a long time to do that. Listen, I was red, white, and fucking apple pie American. I was in the military. I marched for Ronald Reagan. I was a young Republican. I did all the fucking shit that's
Wanted
bullshit.
to make a career out of the military.
Oh,
everything.
I really was, and I won't say I'm jaded. Yeah, I am jaded. I am jaded because I see our politics sucks. Our politicians who are in the lead, at the head of our politicians, from the president to the vice president, which I want nothing but the best for them. But those motherfuckers are not doing us right. Period.
I don't
They're
have a
not
problem
doing us
with our president. I do have a problem with our VP.
Oh, I do too. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the president. I just think he's lost it. I mean, I don't think he's just sharp. I don't think Joe Biden. Listen, I
The
think
job doesn't require it to be.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sorry.
No, you got to surround yourself with the right people. Exactly. That's really
You
what.
want to talk about reading everybody's opinions and making your own? That's what I did right there. I don't dislike the guy. I care less about his political affiliations, what he's done in the past and what he's doing today. I know he's a face for an entire party, and he preaches what he's told to preach. Now, he's not the greatest speaker because he has some speech impediment of some kind, and that makes him look like he's losing it. And a lot of people are saying that, a lot of the red is typically calling him to be
Alzheimer's.
Senile.
or brain dead in general, right?
Senile, yeah.
The senile can't walk down the stairs. I mean, we've all seen it. But I think at the end of the day, a president, whether it be Trump, Bush, you name it, they're just pawns for their party.
Yes, but I think they have to have at least a core value that's good, and that's maybe my issues with Trump were. And I don't care if you call. I don't care about the womenizing and stuff. I meant your core. You got a real. Trump was all for Trump. I don't care what you tell me.
Oh, he was the president of the United States of Trump.
Right.
Right.
Now, and I'm not knocking. Listen, Trump had a lot of good policies I like. They really did. Whether
Especially the fiscal kind.
Yes, fiscal,
and
right,
immigration.
exactly. Immigration, certain policies. I like that he wanted to hold NATO to pay the bills. A lot of things that I liked. Oil, we need oil. Stop this bullshit. Fucking cows farting, they're fucking up the world, and all this shit. Some crazy Democrats talk about too. Now, again, as a libertarian, I am, like you said, fiscally but very socially liberal, and I do not hate. And I do feel, I think we, the United States, should have We have a law that you have to be 35 years old to be president. You know why that is? Because you have to have life experience enough. It takes 30 years to be a senator. You have to be 30.
Where's the law that you can't be so old to be president?
That's what I think they should. We never had that, but I think maybe.
Where would you draw the line in today's world?
Personally, 70 years old. I think you should be between 35 and 70. If you don't have all your knowledge and stuff by 56, 55, and best thinking capabilities, everything else in the 50s.
What happened to the best man for the job?
Yeah, what happened to the people that vote for it? Why are they voting for an 80-year-old?
I don't get it. I don't get what. Here's why. You want my opinion? Of course, it's an opinion show. I think both parties have fucked this up. I don't think they listen. If you can only put Donald Trump and Joe Biden up as the best people on the planet from the Democrats and best people on the planet from the Republicans, something's wrong. That's what's wrong, and that's the party, and it's about money.
Nobody
and
wants
power.
the fucking job, man.
People
that are eligible for the job, people that have people liking them, people that are already politically mixed, I guess is the term. Those people don't want the job. That job comes with a lot of shit.
Yeah, it does. You know, but
For the love of me, I don't know why Trump wanted the job.
Yeah, it also comes with a lot of perks too.
Power, control,
just to say everybody.
Egotistical, you know. That's
look
what
where
he's
it got him, a bad name and all of this shit.
It didn't get him a bad name. You got 50% of this country who suck his dick tomorrow.
30%.
You're right.
30%.
No, it's higher than that. Whatever it is. But whatever it is. You're right. I don't think he's... Listen, there's been a poll that came out. I don't know if it's good or bad, that Ron DeSantis is polling higher than Donald Trump.
True.
So
I'm a fan of DeSantis.
Oh, so am I.
And
Big fan.
Is a poll coming out, too, that if Biden runs against Trump, Biden wins again, which is sad.
Yeah. First of all, it's sad that these two people are up for freaking again.
Well, they're not up yet.
I know.
It's just a poll.
Trump didn't announce it.
Neither one announced yet.
No, neither one. But you know, my thing is, I just think that, in my opinion, why do we have an age limit on it to 35? Why don't we make it 25? Why can't a 25-year-old be president?
There's so many different reasons.
You could ask why a million times.
Again,
why isn't there a term limit in Senate and there's a term limit in everything else?
My point to you is, so then why do we have, again, either have limits or no limits? I'll let a baby be fucking the baby Dalai Lama born the fucking Dalai Lama. He's the 14th fucking recreation of the god.
How
Dalai
many
Lama.
25-year-olds sit on the Senate?
None. You're not allowed.
Exactly. So how many people that are sitting in the Senate are going to vote themselves out of a job or open it up to more people? None of them.
I get that. Again, it's politics. But you asked me what happens to the best man for the best job. There might be a 28-year-old who's the best man for the job for president.
I'm saying best man for the job eligibility. I mean,
Well,
you have to be eligible.
again,
And you know
only
what?
eligibility because it's eligible.
I think the voters should decide that.
I think you agree 100%.
Man, it would be a fucking-
That is why I don't believe in that. Listen, I get the 35. The male brain doesn't mature to 25, female about 23. Do you want a guy who doesn't even have a mature brain in it? We probably have a lot of them right now. But thinking like that, if you're going to have fucking limits of 35, in my opinion, I think you should have a fucking limit on 70. At what point do we fucking hire Ronald Reagan? This is fact now. After, with science and doctors, he was fucking in a second stage of dementia during his second term of presidency.
We now know that to be fact.
Yes, it's in the history book.
They didn't talk about it at the time,
Of course
but now we
not.
know that to be fact.
Right.
Although the people were calling it then because they could see it.
Yes.
Right.
So at what point are we going to say, all right, what happens to fucking Biden? He gets popular again. He's 85, 86. He's fucking senile. Pushes a button, does something. I don't think the people.
It's not that simple.
They don't have that kind of power.
They have a lot of power than you think.
They just can't push a button.
I know that.
Executive
guys.
orders. That's it.
A lot of things.
What else? They have the power of persuasion.
I was just saying they have the power of the presidential pulpit. Period.
Right.
The most powerful platform in the world.
I know.
When they speak the world, there are countries that will fucking do backflips if the
I
president
know, but
says.
when they speak, they're not speaking their words. They never do.
Again, if you had one that had dementia, and I had a dad sadly who died of dementia, fucking things come out of their mouth that are fucking the craziest shit. Have a guy on fucking TV you don't know, and there's something coming before you know it. Who the fuck
World
knows?
War III.
Well, I'm just saying it can get dicey, and I mean I think if you want to take the best people for jobs, you got to look at the brain faculty. I mean, science knows enough when the brain is done or not, or starting to go. You are not your sharpest at 75, 80. I don't care what you tell me. You are your sharpest at your age right now, Benz. 36, Tony's
I
age,
feel
40.
pretty sharp.
No, I mean, listen, to be honest, I'll be 61 Monday. I feel I'm not my sharpest that I ever was. I think I'm sharp.
Brain-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I have, I hate to say forget because I never forget. But yes, I have like, certain things I catch myself. What the fuck did I just do? Or you do too, Dave.
We all do.
But no, we do. Because you're 62. I don't think Benz does.
You're aging yourself.
Not as much as us.
Listen, I feel great. You know that.
I don't sit around thinking like, oh, what did I do or what did I say? I know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I know what's going on
And
too, but
you
we
do-
forget more than you.
That is no question.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
I'm not as sharp. Listen, I know. I can tell you.
but that's why these
Well,
people
it's science and a fact that your brain is not as good at 61 as it is.
100%. But I'm just saying these guys have a panel around them constantly. They have a
100%.
panel. They have a panel for every discussion. Whatever it is that you're thinking about right now, they've got their experts for. Those experts help them make up their mind, so they don't have to worry about forgetting
I have a
Well,
question
let me
for you.
ask you a question. Trump had that panel around him.
He didn't listen to any of them.
And when they didn't like, and when he didn't like what they told him, what happened to them?
Fired him.
They got fired.
That's what I was
That
just
was
going
his
with.
downfall.
I'm not saying that he did it right.
No, what
I'm just saying
What he's
that
saying,
that's-
though, that power of the presidency can do that. So it's not like,
Oh yeah. Okay. Touche.
you're saying, oh, they got
So
these
he's going
people
to
around.
hire someone who's going to go along with him.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. They have that power. You're right. You're right.
In other words, put yes men around them. That's what they do.
But
But anyway,
not all
that's
of them.
not what all
One
of
of
them
them
do.
for sure did.
Right.
We don't know about the rest.
No, we don't know. And listen, I'm not knocking every one of them. Even Trump, they're smart people. You don't become president without being smart. I don't give a fuck what you say. They're smart people. Period. All right, we did that one. Now, that was what I ran. And you know what? Well, good for you, ladies. You know I'm liberal in that way. You don't want to wear a fucking hijab. Don't fucking wear it. Hijab, good enough.
Or as Tony says it,
Hijab.
hijab.
Hijab. If you don't want to wear a hijab,
Then don't.
don't.
I think the world should be free, but
Let's
unfortunately,
just call it a head covering here.
yeah, right.
Yeah, good one, Dave.
Change the laws in your country. It's up to the people, not the government.
Yeah,
Do what you
that's
can.
easy to say.
Exactly.
It's easy.
They're trying. They're trying.
You
They're
know
burning
it. You
shit.
just
People
told
are
me.
dying.
You just told me how the government, the people are great. The government sucks. Well, they're trying, and then when the government
say that
fucking
about
wipes,
any country.
yeah, and when the government wipes them out, and everyone has to shut up or you die. At what point? I don't know, but my point is good for you. I'm a believer in rocking the boat. You know
Well,
that.
anyway, a big thing happened in Italy
Go ahead.
yesterday. Very big thing.
Go ahead.
Italy yesterday, for the first time in the history of Italy, elected a woman prime minister, and they say she is the most far right since Mussolini. Now, I'm not a historian.
Not liberal.
Far right.
I would think they're liberal if the
Far
people are
right.
voting.
Far right. She's like Mussolini. Now, I'm not a history buff. You probably know about Mussolini
I do.
more than me. But I don't even know what year.
He's hated
Mussolini
by a
was.
lot of Italians.
Well, this
During
is
the
what's
Second
happening in
World War.
Italy now.
Huh?
Since yesterday, this is happening in Italy.
That guy was a piece of shit.
Of course he was. I mean, I knew
Who do you
people.
say?
He
Italy?
killed, what,
Mussolini,
60
yeah.
million?
Oh yeah, I don't know much about him.
I know just what I know.
Well,
because
that's
of
what
the
they're saying
history.
about this lady.
Well, listen. First of all, it's a lady,
But-
so there's difference.
Then there's other people say give her a chance.
Yeah,
Well,
give her
and
chances.
I don't knock that either. Listen, if they put her in office, that means that the majority of the people, however their voting system works, they are a fucking democracy. So however their system works, the people put her in. We're not hearing anything about a takeover. We're not hearing anything about a persuasion or a fixed election or any bullshit that we hear here. So give them a chance. Who the fuck are we? We don't know the politics.
And
of it.
yesterday, Nova Scotia in Canada had their worst hurricane ever.
Oh, you just jumped from Italy. That's it. We're done with Italy.
I mean,
Well,
there's
the
not a
prime
whole lot to
minister.
say.
Okay, I just want to say.
I personally, just to summarize the Italy thing,
Yeah, what
I
is it?
personally don't have an opinion. Mussolini was fucking stupid and crazy on his own right. I don't think that the party he was associated with would have burned down the Jews the way he did.
I don't
In
even
my-
know what he did.
Well, we could talk about it after, or you could read about it. But I'm just saying, Mussolini is a bad name. It's
Absolutely.
It's
that's
a bad
what they're
word.
saying this lady's like.
Well, who's
Well, she's
saying
not
it?
like him. She's just associated with his party, and she's so far right that it almost seems like she would be a
Exactly.
Mussolini.
Exactly.
But until we actually see what she has to
Exactly.
say,
Give her a chance.
we give her a
Boy,
chance.
you come a long way. You sound like you're right. 100%, I agree with you.
I've come a long way. These are really my
I
opinions.
know, but you never, you'd like to argue, but now you just.
I don't have anything to argue about here. Now, if she says fucking one thing right, left, or indifferent, We'll talk about it then.
Well, again, we can talk all we want. We don't know.
We
'cause
don't
we're not in
follow
the
it like
politics.
we, you know,
Yeah.
like.
It has to make the news for us to know
It has to be
about
some real big shit
Right,
for it to make
exactly.
the news.
Yeah, like
World
Brexit or
news.
some shit. But
Right.
whatever. All right, now what's the other thing? Now,
Nova Scotia got hit yesterday with the biggest hurricane they ever had in the history of Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia's on the west coast, isn't it?
No, on the
top of it, right?
No,
Where's Nova
it's
Scotia?
right above Maine.
Oh, it's on East Coast.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
It came up the Nova Scotia. It came up the Atlantic. Hurricane Fiona or whatever it was began with an F.
Oh, really?
The one that hit Puerto Rico and then went out.
Oh,
by
shit. Okay,
Bermuda.
that's that same one?
That
It hit
same
with
one?
with 110 mile an hour winds after going through cold water up there, and they had houses floating in the water in the ocean.
They're just
and
not
everything.
ready for it.
No, they weren't. prepared.
Yeah, because 110. Here,
'Cause it's
I,
rare
here I
that
go
a
out.
hurricane-
Here and I go kite fishing or some shit at 110.
right.
Do you
right.
know? Do you know?
But that's like 110 hitting Haiti.
Right.
let me ask you
I mean,
something.
what's it going to do to huts?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that.
Do you know when was the last time they got hit with a hurricane?
No, I don't.
Had to have been years and years and years. I mean,
They don't get hit a lot because they usually dissipate to tropical depressions. before,
Exactly, by the time they get
because
there.
of the temperature.
Cold
of the
water.
Right.
Sure.
Now on that news, on hurricane news, we've got a hurricane coming
that-
towards
Well,
us.
that's
we're gonna
state
go
news.
state. We're gonna go to
Oh, yeah,
national
that's right,
news.
right,
We're
right.
going now. Is that done with international news?
Yeah.
Pretty much that's done. Nothing else. World news to
No,
talk about.
not really.
Nothing
Okay.
that we can remember at the time.
All right. All right. Newsman Dave, what do you got for the national news?
Big hurricane coming, you know that. And we live in Florida. And it's not coming to where we live, but it's coming to the West Coast.
And I still think it's
And it's
a
gonna be-
nothing burger.
Category 5.
It's
Bullshit.
It's a category
I
1 now.
saw category
It's gonna go up to
3.
Category 3 by tonight. It's not a Category 3 now. It just became a Category 1 midnight last night. 75 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, I saw
This morning on the Weather Channel, I watched.
75 mile an hour
It
winds.
said it's
as
going to
of
hit
midnight.
at a 3.
I heard a 4, possibly a 5.
I would bet anybody
Well, when it hits-
want to
when it-
call, it's
when
not
it-
going to hit with over 120 miles
Where
an
do
hour.
you get your confidence to make this bet? What
Yeah.
the fuck do you know?
Because I've been through these fucking things and they're all bullshit. It's all hype. It's all crap. It's all bullshit.
Here in
Go
Florida-
out, get your bathing suit on, get your fucking surfboard
With the water
out,
temperature
and
in the Gulf,
fucking
the water
start
temperatures,
surfing.
Don't
the water
fucking-
temperature
don't
is
listen to him.
87 degrees in the Gulf of Mexico. And it's gonna
Dave,
pick
I
up
am not
steam.
saying, the last hurricane that hit at a crazy number, like 150, I think it might have been Andrew. And that was fucking seen for so long and done. These pop-ups, yeah, and they fucking sell generators. They sell fucking out of water. They sell.
I agree with you. They
It's
hype it up way too
They
much.
got my mother. I live with my mother. I got to say this, everybody. I live with my mother. She's 90. She'll be 90.
We're lucky if we get 20 mile an hour winds and she wants to board up windows.
Yeah,
here.
she said to me, she goes, do you have a...
Because she listens to the news and everybody get prepared. and
Well,
blah, blah,
look,
blah.
go to the fucking supermarket. There's not a bottle of water left. We're sitting here with scarce commodities.
Go
Right,
to,
it's
go to
great.
Tampa Bay. You can't even get a tank of gas.
But they're actually
Go to the
there's-
gas stations.
No. The difference is they're on the West Coast and their chance
might
of them
get
getting
hit,
hit
right.
is hard. Here, even if it does cross the entire state and
nothing.
doesn't turn up
By
north,
the time it gets here, it's going to be a tropical
It'll be rain.
storm.
We get that once a day.
Right. I said the fucking same thing. Hey, gas station Tony.
Yeah.
We got an expert in the room. Does gas, I mean, is there anything gas stations make? Or, you like it probably, don't you?
Oh, I love hurricanes and disasters.
I love them.
Oh, I'm
love it.
sure
It's
you
good to
sell
make
out.
money.
Everybody lining up
Do
to
you
fill
sell
their
out of
cars up.
gas, Tony? Do you
Oh
actually-
yeah, we sell out of gas, water,
Beer.
ice,
Cigarettes.
People just,
Even right now.
everything.
Something
Tony,
like that.
Tony, question. Does your gas station sell propane?
Yeah, we sell propane.
Do you have propane today?
I think we might have just ran out yesterday.
Are you out of water? Because
Well,
I might need to hit
we got
you up.
3
We
tanks.
sold out, but
No,
we
I'm
just
not
got
worried.
another
I got
shipment
2 at
today.
home.
That's
I mean,
the
just
thing,
in
yeah.
case. So I got
Yeah,
2.
we just sell out of every time they mention hurricanes, batteries, beer,
Well,
ice,
good for
gas.
business.
Propane for
Propane.
generators,
Yeah, they
for
just go
barbecue
crazy.
grills.
I rest my case. It's all
in the
about
news.
money.
It's all in the news.
They hype it up so much.
Which is good for
DeSantis,
business.
you know what DeSantis did yesterday?
What?
He declared 64 counties in the state of Florida emergency.
There's only 68 counties.
I know.
Holy shit.
I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm
and-
not-
Yeah, okay,
Exactly.
Keys. Let's all go to the Keys. There's no mercy.
Yo, it's fucked up over there.
No.
No, go to Miami, though.
Did you see the line? The line looks like the Keys will get at least like some
If I
residual.
have to leave, I'm going south.
South.
Yeah, he's right.
Getting the fuck
On the
away
East
from
Coast.
it. Sure.
Because it's coming north.
Well, you know what I'm doing? I'm getting in my RV right here on the side of the house and staying in there and putting the generator on.
In the side of the house?
Right the fuck in the side of the house. What the fuck?
I stayed in my RV during the last big hurricane.
Sure.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it hits here, I'm going to stay with you. I'm not going to stay in my trailer.
No, you come with me. You come with me. You drive. Just don't crash it.
I thought we were staying on the side of the house. Where are we driving to?
Well, we'll go drive to. We'll go. Hey, we'll report on the news. We'll go live with the show and everything.
Right through the eye of it.
Right through the eye of a hurricane. I got to. Hey, listen.
That'd be kind of dope, Larry. You want to talk about content?
Yeah. Hey, listen to me. That thing's 26,000 pounds. I want to see them fuck with that thing.
That shit'll be on its side. 110, 120.
No way.
It'll be on its
I
side.
don't think so.
No.
Unless a tornado hit it or something.
Yeah, tornado hit us up.
That's different.
But 110, no. Wouldn't be on the side. It's too heavy, man. It's too bottom heavy.
Basically, we're going to get a lot of rain here from the bands. We're going to get
Anyway, what we're trying to say, the national news has that. What else is national news, Dave? Because weather
Not
is
a whole lot
normal.
other than the Trump shit that's keep going on forever. Department of Justice ruled in. I mean, the court, the appellate court, 11th district, which is Florida.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's Atlanta and Florida.
I'm saying that's where the
Okay, but the 11th district,
it's
because
called
this
the circuit. But yes,
circuit, this happened in Florida.
Gotcha.
Okay, the Department of Justice won their appeal that they're allowed to keep looking at the classified documents that Trump said he declassified them by thinking about them.
Oh yeah, did you hear that? Trump's coming over some shit.
Did you see that?
I did see that. He comes and says, "Well, you as the president, you can think about it and declassify it."
And send them to Mar-a-Lago.
How do you fucking let everybody know? You with subliminal messages? Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
He just talks out of his fucking ass sometimes. He gets himself in so much trouble.
He's not the only one.
No, absolutely not. I get it, but I'm over the Trump thing. I think they should let it go.
And he's got you do know about it, he's got a $250 million lawsuit against him by New York State.
$250 million?
$250 million.
For what?
For it's a civil suit. It's not a criminal. It's a civil suit for him beating them for taxes and everything because he said his property was worth $8 million more than
I
it
heard
was really
about this,
worth, and he was getting loans to buy all that shit.
Yeah.
I got a fraud on documents and stuff.
It's basically him
Fraud.
saying that his shit is worth less so he could pay less taxes.
Or more to get a loan.
Now,
Vice versa.
It depends on what he's looking for at the moment. And that's what makes it fraud.
Listen, I don't have a dog in this fight, but I will tell you, I think part of this is picking on Trump. I'm sorry. I mean, at what point, who's not doing what to things and everything else?
He's probably not the only one doing it, but he's
But
the
you know
only
what?
one
If
doing
he
it
would
in
keep
public
his mouth
platform.
shut and just go away quietly, they wouldn't pick on him. Too.
He's
his own worst enemy,
I'm not
too.
saying you're right, bro, wrong, bro, but I mean, at what point does it even keep looking?
He's going down swinging, though, this guy.
Yeah, this guy don't give a fuck. I got to give him a lot of credit. The Donald gets credit, and he has great golf courses because I golfed on him. So
That's the thing. You know how many people use his fucking courses that fucking hate him?
I don't hate
I'll give you an
him.
example.
that.
I'm saying the people
I'll
that
give
do
you an
that.
example what he did, okay? He claimed that Mar-a-Lago, his compound down there, is worth $717 million.
What?
And the
No
real
way.
No, but he claimed that to get loans, to buy the Doral Country Club, to buy golf courses, because the more money you got, the more loans.
Well,
So
You can
he
leverage
claimed,
it against
he,
him.
he claimed that. He claimed that, okay? And then for his taxes, he claimed it's only worth $60 million. And that's all on paperwork that his accountants filed and his.
But
all,
Dave, to Larry's point, he's not the only one that does this.
No,
This
I
is
know,
a rich
I know.
man's game. They all do it.
I agree.
Some
Every
people
one
do
of
it on
them.
a smaller scale. They say their house is
I
worth
agree.
$250,000 so they can get a $100,000 business loan.
But they don't look at the other people as much as Trump
Larry.
because Trump just fucking keeps
Well, it's
fucking
because-
burying himself.
Because it's up to the bank at the end of the day to make the decision. It's not up to the government to say the bank should or should not give him a loan based on it. Go and make an educated decision. Go look at Mar-a-Lago, see what it is that it's worth, and give him money.
And if you
based
want to
on
give
that.
it the money, you give him the money.
They did
I'm
do
with you,
that.
Ben.
Benz, they
Keep the
did
government out of it.
Benz, they did do that. And they said you're not getting a loan. But he has a right to have his own appraisers and appeal it. Right. And he had his own appraisers lie for him and say it's worth
It doesn't matter. The bank gave him the loan.
Then sue the fucking appraiser.
Or the appraiser or the bank.
The appraiser is held accountable for his actions.
Right.
If he thinks it's worth $700 million, then that's where he appraised it at.
Exactly.
Once he signs the tax form, he is accountable for it.
No, those are two different things.
Yeah, he's right, Dave.
The
The tax side of it is different than the loan
I
side
just
of it.
said that.
So
But we're
he
talking
can't-
about how much money he owes for taxes, and he's being turned over to the IRS. He's being fucking all kinds
Listen,
of shit.
again, I really see a witch hunt in that regard.
In what? The civil suit?
Yes.
Or everything?
Well, no. More in the civil suit for sure. I don't care what he said it's worth. If somebody said it is and the bank wanted to give him a loan, that's fuck you on the bank. They're the ones who should lose the money because it's not worth it. And he defaults on the fucking $500 million he got out of $750 is worth. They lose the money. Go fuck yourself. Don't go to anybody crying that this guy did this. Your appraiser said it's worth $750. You gave him the money. Your bad choice. Out of business. I don't care what he did there. Obviously, taxes. Oh, he should pay his fair share of taxes. And be honest, I think he only did make, or it's only worth $60 million, or whatever he's worth. He's not, and he's paying probably what's the legit shit. He's just saying it's more to be more and to get more and everything else.
He says
I don't know.
He says he's worth $10 billion, but his real worth, according to all the paperwork and everything, his property, what they got it as, he's worth $1.4 billion.
Not too shabby.
No. He could afford $250 million.
Yeah, that's true.
But on the grand scheme of billionaires, he ain't shit.
Oh no,
And he would hate to admit
But
that.
he wants to be shit.
Right, but he would hate to admit that.
right? Oh no,
But it's all an ego.
When you got
game.
Oprah Winfrey worth more than him, he don't like that.
Oh, Michael Jordan or whatever. Yeah. Obviously,
Shaq, baby.
Yeah, maybe.
Kim Kardashian, though.
for sure. No, I mean what you said is right, and I just think it's because who he was.
It's all an
and
ego
everything.
thing.
It is ego. It's all ego.
100%.
So what else you got for national?
National? That's about it.
That's it. That's all we got for national.
National. What do we got today for sports?
Oh, we got,
We did the weather. We jumped ahead because
big
it's national.
sports.
Can I lead in with sports?
Yeah.
Eagles are killing it.
Oh,
baby.
fuck you. That's not the lead. Damn, he fucked that one up.
Jalen Hurts.
I think the Eagles are for real.
Me too. Jalen Hurts.
He's proved himself.
He's
Well,
a
he's
real
proving
candidate.
himself.
He's a real candidate for the MVP.
It's awful early, but he's proving himself.
All right.
This
So
is
is
what you
Tua.
stop.
So is
Stop,
Tua
Dave.
with the
Dave,
Dolphins.
stop. This is what you lead the sports on when you got Aaron Judge going for the Triple Crown.
Yeah, but he wanted to.
Well, he fucked that up because he's a fucking Philly fan. I could have fucking
G-L-E-S, Eagles.
The big sports news is Judge going for the Triple Crown in the American League, home run title ever, and all of that.
This guy, Aaron Judge, is having a year. They're actually comparing to Ruth Arian. I mean, that's how big his
And
year
Root
is.
never won the Triple Crown.
It's a
Babe
big
Ruth
deal.
never
Why
won a World
don't
Crown.
you guys explain to the listeners what the Triple Crown is?
Right.
Leading the league, leading your league, which is the American League for Judge, in home runs, RBIs, and batting average.
That is the last time it happened was 2012, and before that, 1967.
Wow.
By Carl Yastrzemski in 1967 and Cabrera in 2012.
12.
On
And
Al Cabrera.
even before that, it was Ted Williams a couple times.
Roger Maris did
So
it
is he
once.
slated?
No, Roger Maris. never
No,
did.
Is he slated to have the Triple Crown?
Well, no. Right now, he's
If
leading
the
in home
season
runs.
ended tomorrow, he'd have the Triple Crown.
No, does he have it again last
By
night?
percentage points.
Did he?
The average, yes.
Last night, did he go 1 for 2?
He went 1 for 2.
So he went, okay. And what did the other guy do? Who's he going against?
0 for 2. Bogart is right behind him.
Right. But,
They both at 215, but when they break it down percentage points, Judge right now is
whatever.
percentage points ahead of him.
Wow. So he's just got. And how many
Judge
games we
neck
got
and
left for the Yanks? 10?
8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
the
Mets
World
have 8
Series
left,
is
so I
sometime
don't
in the
know.
end of October.
Well, October's for. It's done by October.
I think early November even.
What? No. Well,
This is the first time the World Series is going to go into November.
Wow.
why
If
is
it
that?
goes 7 games.
What?
Because the season started late because of the
Pandemic?
holdout and all of that shit.
Oh, okay.
Remember they had a holdout because
Yes,
they
yes,
didn't
yes.
have a collective bargaining agreement. They
They
didn't
did
go
now?
to training camp.
Okay,
it
so that's
started
the
a little
baseball
late.
news. And I'll tell you what, it is exciting now.
And it's
We'll-
playoff coming up. It's tight races.
Tell you what everybody knows and Ben's football's big around here.
Yes.
All of our crews, all the gangster crews from the
We're all
Lansing
in-
Island crew,
we're all
Palm
in-
Bay crew, we're all fucking football junkies. We have our own clubhouses going. And
Benz, for a second there, you were in the lead.
I know.
In yesterday's
It
poll.
happens.
At least after Thursday night.
Yeah, one fucking game. Thank you.
You had balls putting 16 points with Cleveland.
You know what? I knew it was going to be a risky move.
It was.
I
But
knew it
you
was a
took that
risky move,
chance.
but I took that chance.
You can when you got $1,000 in the bank.
Exactly.
well, anyway, I'm doing bad. Second,
Plenty
No.
of football to be played, though. So,
huh?
Plenty
Oh,
of football
yeah,
to be played
obviously,
here.
we know that.
We don't know where that's going to land.
Of course not.
Guys, we're talking about a private pool that we have between us and 30 other people almost.
32,
Right.
32 people.
Dang.
Nice pool.
We used to be when I first joined it was like 17, then it was like 22, 30.
I've been
fucking
on a
teams.
couple years now.
One guy just joined this weekend.
I know, yeah.
And he took last place for the first 2 weeks.
Right, he can't take
More
the
than the
season. He ain't coming back for the season. He can only win the
Well, he
weeks.
can if he gets real lucky and wins 5 weeks in a row.
He can win 5 weeks in a row, but if he wins by 1 point, he still ain't getting the year.
Correct.
Of course not.
You know what I mean?
But you can. You never know.
For the season, I'm in 4th place.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right,
I'm in sixth.
the fans don't give a fuck. They want to know what's going on. We got football.
That's true.
We got football.
A lot of upsets. Ton of upsets. You got Kansas City losing. Your Chargers losing. You got Buffalo losing. These are the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Tampa Bay lost. The favorite to win the Super Bowl this year is Buffalo.
Okay, and
The second choice is Tampa Bay.
And
the
you know
third
what-
choice is Kansas City. They all lost yesterday.
and you know what we're watching? These teams were winning. And the second halves have been the greatest football I've ever seen.
You know the fourth quarter is all it comes down to in football.
In the last few years, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's become a fourth
We
quarter
sit
game.
here, Benz, and we watch football like you sit over there and watch football. And
we're here
you
till
get
2 in the morning.
You get a team, scoring a touchdown, and it's like, oh, it don't matter. It's
Right,
all
not
they-
anymore. Right, yeah.
Unless there's like a 35-3
Right,
blowout.
but that ain't gonna happen in the first.
Let me
quarter.
see. Let me see where it ends up. 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, let me see
Yeah.
where it is starting the fourth quarter, and we'll
Right.
see if we got a game.
Right. So that's football.
No, wait, we got football. So anybody, you guys got football? We love it. I
And
don't
for
know.
your hockey fans out there, it started.
Oh, hockey started?
Yeah, dude.
Not the real season. They started the exhibition
Preseason.
game. Yeah, the Rangers played tonight. There's games yesterday. and the day
okay.
before.
Oh yeah, yes.
They get even better.
Let's talk about the Flyers beating the Bruins 2-1. Hell yeah,
it
baby.
really don't matter.
Yeah, this is all
It's
bullshit.
exhibition.
I understand.
They're
it's
trying people
exhibition.
out, that Benz. You know how the lines work.
There's not one person on the Rangers that are going to play tonight that I would know of. I'm a diehard Ranger fan.
We're as Flyers, as the Flyers, we are ready for another fucking cup.
You got to go through a lot of teams.
I know. Listen, there's a lot of good fucking hockey out there right now.
Hockey is
It's a
great.
very competitive.
Are
league.
your Phillies baseball team ready for a World Series?
I have no fucking idea. I do not pay attention
gonna
to
make the
baseball.
playoffs.
Oh, good. Hopefully they
As a
do.
wild
that?
card team.
Listen, personally, I want them to win, but the city of Philadelphia does not because they'll destroy the city like they did in 08.
They'll love it.
Well,
They'll
that
build
goes for
that fucking
football
city
and
up.
hockey and everything else.
We need at least 10 years between every championship for the
To
city,
rebuild-
or we
to
can't
re-
afford it.
to rebuild.
Yeah, to rebuild, exactly.
No, they'll love it, boy. Those businesses will love that.
You know what they
shit.
did when the Super Bowl was being played and Philly was in it? They fucking, because they learned from 2008, they took fucking grease and they greased all the light poles and
Because guys would have been climbing
these
up and all
fucking
that.
idiots. I mean, listen, I love you guys. You're diehard fans and so am I, but can you fucking not destroy your own city this time?
No, they're gonna, and it's okay.
And that's okay.
You know what? They're letting off steam and having a great time. It's
Letting
positive.
off steam.
Hey,
They're burning the fucking city down.
That's okay.
Flipping cop cars.
Listen, that is okay. Do you know
taxpayers a ton of
why?
money.
You know why? There's a lot of construction going on afterwards. People go to work.
New
everything,
roads, which
new
we fucking
roads.
desperately need in Philly.
Lot, and people are in a great mood. You can't get a better, happier people than
You want to talk about brotherly love?
fucking right.
Only after a championship.
Right. Hey, Tony, on the couch there. Who's your favorite team?
I actually just got into sports.
What
I've
did
never-
you like? Soccer?
No, I've never got into any sports prior. I just started learning about football.
Just swinging and football now?
Just
Welcome to the addiction. It's like crack. You just wait, man. You don't
Hey,
have
Ben,
no
speak-
idea yet.
Ben, speaking of national news, while I remember, did you hear what happened in Palm Bay with the police officer
Oh,
3
yes.
days ago?
No, what happened?
You
Well, we're gonna hear that. We're gonna
Go
end
ahead,
on
you
that.
can-
Okay, we'll end
Okay,
that.
we'll end on it.
Because I want to talk one other thing. We gonna talk about golf.
Where do you hear this one?
We got golf. Do we have Liv coming up? Don't we?
This weekend.
We got Liv, the great Liv. We
I
had
think
the.
it's this week. It is?
I don't know. This or
weekend?
next weekend. We had the President's Cup last weekend.
No, this past.
Last weekend. Last
It
weekend.
ended yesterday.
I don't fucking know who won, played, or any didn't watch one hole. And I'm a golf fanatic, and you know that because I don't care. I don't care
About the PGA.
It's the PGA
It's
barred
the
all
PGA
these people,
It's the PGA players who played in the President's Cup.
yeah, and they wouldn't let.
And they barred live golfers.
Yeah, and they barred these people, and I have zero respect for that. For the tour to do that, and I didn't watch it. And I know a lot of other golf fans who did not watch it.
Did you see speaking about live golf? Did you see the link I sent you on your thing?
Yes,
2 or
about the
3 days?
world-
about world rankings.
Yes,
Yeah.
that and that's the big thing right now.
So tell me about the world rankings.
It's a big thing. World rankings are done.
They're trying to get world rankings, obviously.
World rankings. There's a separate organization that gives players points for world rankings.
And
That's how-
explain what that means about the majors.
Right. What happens is that the higher ranking you are, there's certain tournaments around the world even that you can go into with a higher ranking.
Right.
Exemptions, they call them, to get into a tournament, like the Masters or the U.S. Open or the PGA.
Like if you're top 50 in the world, you're
eligible to play in certain tournaments.
Right.
In most tournaments.
And even even the live golfers.
Unless you're part of live.
No. Right now,
How
live
come
can
they
go.
didn't play the President's Cup?
Because that's not one of the that's event. That's a PGA bullshit.
And it's private.
Yeah.
They don't have to go with world ranking.
Right.
But
no.
does the score of that tournament count for world ranking?
No.
That's bullshit.
No, it shouldn't. Why? That's
Well, I guess because you're not really playing the world. You're playing within your own closed
it's
organization.
like me and you playing in Country
yeah.
Country Club and me beating you and getting world points.
Right.
Well, the argument about speaking about the
World ranking.
the world rankings, the argument the world rankings had, or the PGA, let's put it that way, was that they only play a 3-day tournament and they're only playing against 48 a field of 48 instead of 150.
And some players are
Which I
playing for
understand
team
a little
scores.
bit, but they gotta figure something out.
Well, here's the problem. The reason they got to figure it out is because even if you play in a tournament and you get disqualified, there is a cost you made that tournament. Let's say you make the cut on a tournament. You get points, whether it's 1, 5, whatever. So it's
There is no cut in live golf.
I just said, but even in any tournament. So being you have 48 golfers, but if you have 48 golf, what do they do if you get 48 of the best players to play in the live?
What do you do?
Do they give them world tour, or is the guys on the fucking PGA or the bottom 50 golf, below 50? There's not one guy in the world fucking top 100.
Well, obviously they got to figure something out how to rank it.
They have to give somehow. Listen, they do it with other
Different tournaments, you get different points.
Absolutely.
Too, because more top players play.
Exactly. You get more points if you play in a
TPC or
TPC,
something.
or you play in Jack Nicklaus's Memorial Tournament.
Right.
You get or Arnold Palmer's tournament.
And
in
the
Orlando.
reason for that, explain it,
is because you have more players in the top field.
More,
isn't it?
more
It's a
quality
stronger
play.
field.
It's a stronger field.
It's
exactly.
a stronger field. So when you have that, now you have a strong field in live. You take the top 5 golfers in live. I'll put them up against anybody right now.
Any top 5
Oh,
in
no
the world.
doubt about it. I mean,
You got Cam Smith. You got fucking DJ. Come on, these guys are playing at the top of their game.
Isn't one of them the highest paid athlete this year?
Yes,
talking
well,
about
Phil
it.
That's
Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson.
He 138 million.
And he's with.
But he's not the top 5 golfer.
He's not the top golfer.
But
just
he's a big name. Big.
Got it.
He was. Put it this way. He's probably top 10 golfer
He
of
still
all time.
is. He's still a big name.
No, top 10 golfer of all time in the world.
Right.
Where would you put him against Palmer?
Better. Well,
No.
Well,
That's a toughie, huh?
no. I think he is better.
Close.
They
read it
both
in-
got the same majors. He's got more wins.
Palmer.
I don't know. Phil's got 45.
Palmer's a 60-something.
Does he? Yeah. Well, put it this way.
Different competition in those days, though.
Oh, absolutely. No. Listen, you can say that about anything.
It's like saying Favre is better than Brady.
No, you can't. Well, again, everything's different.
It's everything. It's
In
The
this
sport's
era.
different.
It's like
in the
saying
era.
Babe Ruth. I mean,
Best ever to live.
Right,
Fucking-
but I mean-
You can't say that.
Huh?
But you can't say that.
Why?
Well, I mean, you can't say he's the best that ever lived because
Why?
because back then they were pitching.
well, again,
What were they pitching back then in average?
What do you mean?
But listen.
Oh, you mean
speed of the ball.
Okay. But they were
But
also
listen.
had heavier bats. They had different things
Joe
too.
Fumini explained this the best to me that anybody ever explained it. He says, and I had your argument. I said he was a fat fuck, couldn't run. Look, he stood in fucking left field like this, or right field, whatever he played, fucking like, But he said, you know what, Dave? He says, you're right. He says, but look at how better he was than anybody else that he played
In his
with.
time.
Right.
In his time.
He could have competed today, no problem.
Well, it's not even that. Listen,
You know what I mean? He was above and beyond, so much above and beyond anybody that played in his era.
how they compare people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How they compare the greats, the Michael Jordans, the Wayne Gretzky's.
By who they played against.
Right. Wayne Gretzky scored more points than entire teams.
Than anybody
Entire teams
in hockey.
in his time.
Right.
Babe Ruth hit more home runs than an entire team. Team.
Right.
In his era.
And there's nobody that does that
Michael
today.
Jordan scored more with percentage points
won more titles, did this.
There's so many ways to compare, but you have to compare a player
In your era.
in his era, because of gun technology, nutrition,
Sport changes.
I mean, just people being bigger and stronger.
Right.
Back in basketball day, back when I grew up. First of all, I remember this vividly when I was a kid, and he'll remember this. I remember when we were younger, we couldn't name a 300-pound player in the NFL. In the whole NFL.
Correct.
You remember that?
Yeah.
We could not name one. Now you
Dummy
can't name
Moran was
one.
a big dude at 280.
You now could not name one lineman under 300 pounds.
It's different times.
So
Well, now everything is scientifically structured.
What all we're saying
These
for
kids are literally fed fucking eggs and bacon for every meal going into kindergarten.
it's just like,
Different equipment.
You know it, Ben. You have young kids. You're giving them the best. You want the best for them. You want them the sharpest. You want everything. And I get that. And as you should. And athletes are no different. They got the best trainers. They got the best nutritionists. Stuff they didn't have. So that's one thing. And then equipment. You take golf.
Garfield's in the house.
Garfield
That's
in the house
Garfield.
doing our show?
Garfield's in the house.
Garfield. Come on over here, buddy. Everybody, there he is.
Garfield
That's
in the
my
house.
man, Garfield.
How you doing?
What's up, my man? How you doing,
What's
brother?
going on, Garfield?
Garfield's right here. He knows what to do. Yep. Go ahead, Garfield. You know
Yeah,
where.
you're good in that corner.
In
Garfield.
the corner.
You're good in that corner.
In the corner.
We're just talking sport.
Yeah, go ahead, Garfield. We're all right, man. I know you need a pen. Come here. I'll sign for you. All right. All right, I'll sign for you. Battery works.
What's the number one sport in Jamaica? Is it soccer?
Hey, Garfield.
Probably soccer.
We're talking. We're at the end of the news. This is today's Monday.
Field and soccer.
Catch a shubi?
Soccer.
Track and field.
Do you know what that is? Catch
Track
a
and
shubi?
field. Did you know Garfield runs every day, Benz?
What's that?
He runs every day.
You mean
I
job?
believe it. Look at the guy.
But look at him, and he goes and walks the fucking route here.
He doesn't walk the fucking route. They're in the car. We talked about this. They don't even get. He gets out of his car for one stop, and here we are.
No. Hey, let me tell you something. Garfield's our guy. We talked about Garfield. Where did we talk about Garfield? Was it our last show?
We talk about you all the time, man.
Yeah. We talked about our show.
Last show was with Frank. No, it wasn't Garfield.
We talked about
The last show with the three of us, maybe. I don't know. We
Yeah.
talk either something good or something bad. I don't know.
Check it out.
Sounds good.
Tony, you know Garfield.
That's right.
Hey, Garfield knows everybody. You kidding me?
Yeah. This
Garfield's going to run for mayor of Palm Bay.
Oh, we got you, Garfield. We should be the mayor.
Why don't you run for mayor?
we're supposed to have a big party where I DJ. So
Well, am I invited?
Where? Down Fred Poppy?
right here,
Oh, we're in.
That's right. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, what are we doing?
get it popping.
What are we doing? I like that.
You were gonna put a party here with tents
Oh,
outside. and all
yeah,
that
let's
shit.
do that.
You were gonna do that for something. I can't remember for
For
what.
the opening of the office, I think it was.
Oh well, that's too late.
No, I mean, celebrate that we're doing this here. I think we're going to do it, but I think I was waiting for the weather to cool down a hair.
Plus, we got so much going on. There's just no time to plan this right now.
Right? No, fucking.
So
with the
it would have
cruises.
to. It would have
Between
to
the
be in
cigar, the
December or
cruise,
something.
and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Maybe we'll do a Christmas party here
Oh, that'd
with
be fun.
tents and things, and just put tents out front. And even fans, if they're in the area, they want to swing by, they can do that.
That'd be fun. Listen, before we end the fucking show, you got to tell me what happened in Palm Bay.
Oh, okay. Now we just talked about sports. We're done with golf.
Big news.
Big news. Palm Bay, Florida, just had.
This is where the studio is, guys.
Studio is where I live. I've been here. My mom's been here since 1984. Bought the house in 83. Moved in 84. And a police officer was just arrested
What, 3 days ago?
5 days ago for having sex with a 13-year-old on duty.
In the police car.
No, not in a police car. In the house. Drove the police car to the house and fucking did it more than once. He's in jail. FDLE arrested him. He's got a $500,000 bond, which he should.
13-year-old, you piece of fucking shit.
13-year-old. He's 23.
On duty.
On duty, in uniform.
23-year-old kid. On
23? He's 23.
23. He
How do you
was
fucking wait for a
9 months.
13-year-old?
What was he on the force? 9 months?
Yeah. My thing is, I got missed results. I'm going to call the police chief. I'm going to see if I can get an interview. I don't know how the hiring process goes. I mean, maybe you just can't catch this. I don't know. I'm sure they did background checks. I'm sure. But
This guy's only 23. How much background does he have?
Yeah, but my thing is this. Where's supervision? Is there supervision? He did this more than once.
Yeah.
Is it time to not let a fucking rookie not be in a police car alone?
What happened to the fucking cameras?
What? Yeah.
Didn't you say they all have cameras?
Yeah, body cameras and stuff.
So what, he turns it off before he goes in?
I guess.
That's a fucking
They have
good
the
one.
ability to turn it off?
Oh, very good.
They should have the footage of at least him driving there.
How about the camera in the car?
Or that.
Him parking a car in front of someone's house.
I mean,
What's he
prove
doing?
We're
that
gonna
he
find
did
out. We're gonna find out what exactly happened because I'm gonna ask those questions.
The cars have trackers too.
Yeah, I'm
they
sure
do,
they
you're
do.
right. They
But
do.
not even just the trackers. Like you said, body cams. They should be on all day, and that's the end of it. You don't have to turn it on or off or anything. It shouldn't be turned on and off. When you get on duty, it should be
Is
on.
that the policy? Well, you don't know.
We're gonna find out.
Where are they
Or
holding
they
this
only turn it
jackass?
on when they pull somebody over.
Brevard County Jail.
Oh, they're not going to take him to Sharps?
Well, it is Sharp. That
It
is Sharp.
Brevard County Jail.
It's Sharp. It's in Sharp. Sharps is actually a state
But,
jail.
well, when you all right, because when you say Brevard County Jail, I assume that he's over here in the fucking
Sharp.
holding-
That's
Oh,
Sharp.
okay. All right, so I know that's county, isn't it?
No, county. Yeah, it's county jail. There's no state. There's no city jail.
I've been in one.
No, there's no city jail.
It's I don't know if you. It's a jail. It's a jail like any
Where?
other.
In Brevard County?
Yeah, it's about 6 or 7 slots.
No, yeah, that's
Are
a
you talking
police
about it?
station.
It's a holding station.
Yeah, it's a police station.
That's
holding
not a
cell.
jail.
No, it's not a cell.
It's a holding
It's a
facility.
holding.
No,
facility.
I've been to both. I've been to a holding
Where's the
facility with a
Brevard
big room with a
County
bunch
City
of people.
Jail?
No, like
This has 4 bunks in it.
yeah. The jails have that.
All right, and that's
That's a
just
holding.
between here and Sharps.
Right.
He's talking a holding facility.
I got you.
Yeah, it's a holding facility. When you go to Sharps, you could be there for a year, 2 years, 3 years. We call it Sharps because it's in Sharps.
Right.
It's really not Sharps. It's the Brevard County Jail.
I got you, okay.
Sharps is actually the prison across the street.
Right.
There's actual prison across the street from people.
A
don't
state
know that.
prison?
Yeah, and that's Sharps.
I wonder how he's getting treated in there.
Well, he's probably in isolation.
First of all, he's a cop.
He's not
a
going
cop,
to be.
he's
He will
childless.
not be treated in jail.
Huh?
In prison. He will not be treated good in prison.
oh, absolutely.
No.
And he deserves everything that's coming to him.
Exactly.
Fuck that. 13.
You know, you
Deserve
have
to have his balls cut
Here's
off.
the problem I have with it. You got a guy that has been trained. He has a gun. He's been making decisions on the streets for 9 months. This is the guy. I think they should question everything that guy ever did for the past 9 months.
100%.
I don't give a if he made an arrest. I don't give a fuck what he did. This is the guy you're hanging your hat on. He's good then, but he's okay. He's not good because he fucking obviously raped or whatever.
Here's my question. As a rookie under a year, why is he out patrolling himself and not with a veteran guy?
That was my say.
I mean,
talked about that
I
with
can
Al.
name plenty of police. New York. You, as a rookie, you cannot do anything by yourself.
Matter of fact, you go with a senior officer.
Exactly.
But we talked about this with Al when he was on the show. He was the
He's the
director of
union
FOP.
president of Miami-Dade Schools Police, which is 500 cops.
and
He's
what
the
did you-
director of FOP.
Yes, I
And
know.
what-
I
and
know
what-
him
it's a
well.
big deal.
And what did you talk about?
And he was saying that there's shortages in some counties here are pushing cops through just so they can have people on the street.
And that's what's happening
But
here.
what did he
Let me
say?
tell you
He
something.
disagrees with that.
Hold on.
Remember that?
He did.
He
did.
said, you know,
They don't do it in Miami.
He goes, I fired 30 cops. We hired 300. 10% couldn't make it. They still had to get rid of them.
Right.
They're not just putting them through because they need them. They didn't
No,
qualify.
but here's
They want
different than
good cops.
Miami. Let me tell you something. Me and my brother went out for a drink on Saturday, and I didn't know this, but downtown Melbourne was the Pride Fest.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend.
I was there. Not somebody I know was there.
Well, listen. So they had all these. You know how many cops were in the whole street? By the way, Tony, I saw your buddy there, Nick. They had to bring the sheriffs in because they didn't have enough fucking PD guys to. They had 4 cops, an entire
What?
downtown with thousands of people, and that's what the guy was
and with
complaining.
Christians and gay together, you
Gas-
know there's arguments and fights.
Gas station introduced me to a cop here locally, really nice guy, and
Melbourne or Palm Bay?
he's sheriff's office.
Okay.
So he actually just came inside where we were having a drink at the bar to drop something off, and he saw me, so I shook his hand, said hello. We talked about gas station, and he says to me, you know, it's fucking crazy that I even have to be here. This isn't. And I said, why? He said,
Not his territory.
They only have 2 PD guys here. And I said, are you kidding me? He said,
Melbourne police, yeah.
He said they had 4, but two had to leave. They only have 2, so they called the sheriff to have some police cars there.
What?
It's out of control. The shortage is real. People don't want to be cops, man. You have a target on your back. You're considered a piece of shit day one.
I want to be a cop for $35,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And that's my third point. And they make no fucking money.
Yeah.
It's a shitty fucking job. It's a shitty job.
It's a needed job.
It's scary. No, you can't do anything
question.
without them.
We need them. And I always said on this show and everywhere, you remember this, I think cops need to be paid. But you need to pay good cops. The hiring process is probably very flawed. First of all,
The training's very flawed.
very flawed. First of all, every country in the world has 3-year fucking minimums. Germany, Finland, Austria. You got to be 3 years in fucking academy. 3 fucking years.
They have the
what?
equivalent of a
6 months
bachelor's
here.
degree.
Right. 6 months here, and you're a cop. And in 6 months, they got to train you to shoot, to this, to have communication
And
skills.
it obviously doesn't work.
And it's obviously not working. Obviously, they need guys and stuff like that. But I wouldn't mind, like Dave said, if you had a 6-month academy and now that cop had to ride with another guy for a year,
veteran.
a senior guy for a year, because that's the experience right there. You're riding with a guy who's been on the job for 15 years, 10 years. Let's say a minimum of 10 years. Now that guy's riding, and this new cop does 6 months to learn how to fucking
The ropes.
put on his uniform, pretty much. Now it's like any profession. The college is shit, on the job training, but you don't on the job train alone, and that's what they're doing just to put people in cars to put. Oh, we got a cop on the street.
And why is that? Because they're so short.
I don't know if I don't know if it's just shortness or the vast space.
But we know they're short.
Yes, we are short. Palm Bay is short.
They're dying for more cops.
I think
they
the country
they can't hire them.
I think the country's short. I think it's a shortage.
you know that
nationwide.
Do you
think
know
you're
if
right.
you want to be a Palm Bay cop and you get hired after a year on the job, you get a $10,000 bonus
because they need.
they
got to spiff you. They got to bring
an
in
incentive
Right.
to bring cops.
Come
in.
on,
Right.
You know how
Why don't you
shitty
raise
that
their
is?
salary to $50,000?
$10,000. What does that get you? That's about $6,000 in the hole. So
Yeah, I mean, really, what they need to do is obviously pay and train. They got to say, okay, whatever we got to make this profession wanted again. And it's not just money, because you got to at least pay a guy a living wage. You got to pay a fucking living wage. Because you can't pay me what they pay me and then tell me to stop a drug call and me not whack away with $100
put your
grand.
life on the line with every stop. Now, I unfortunately have to deal with cops a lot.
And who's supposed to pay him, though? Our taxes are supposed to go
Absolutely.
way up?
I'd rather pay, yes, but then again, I can fucking cut out a lot of garbage in these cities
Yeah.
to pay for what's needed. Listen, our city governments should be about one thing: helping and protecting the people it fucking has in its city and the infrastructure.
They run
Period.
They're all under the pretense of that, but whether or not that's actually happening.
Right. There's so much waste and bullshit, and we can go on and on about the.
I deal with cops a lot. Unfortunately or fortunately, whatever you want to, I deal with them a lot.
I know. He calls
listen.
me all the time. I fucking got stopped again.
Yeah, well, listen, they fuck with us a lot. And the other day, Sunday night, I was hanging out with my friends, a little car meet, and we're all hanging out. One of my friends.
Last night?
No, that wasn't. It was,
Saturday night, then.
Oh, it was Friday night. Friday night. Sorry, it was Friday night. We were all hanging out. One of my friends said something, and you know what? He was fucking right. A cop came and stopped at the place where we were, and he went into the store. And as he goes in, he goes like, "When did we start hiring babies?" This is a 20-year-old kid saying this.
Really?
He himself can look at a fucking cop and say, "This motherfucker looks like he's 14."
Yeah.
And that's your
You know what? You know why it's rough.
cops these
You know
days.
what's rough? This cop probably was hired at 22 years old. We know the brain is not mature till 25, and we're giving this guy the power to arrest.
We're giving him a gun and we're giving him authority. And
We do it with the military, and I really don't like it because. And I went in the military at 17, and I was not ready for that. But I mean, I grew up quick. But the thing is, what happens is like these cops is. You're giving somebody the power to arrest or shoot somebody under the color of law. That's a fuck. That means you're giving him the pretense that he's right off the bat.
right.
That's a tough one, man, when you're talking about a 20-year-old.
Talking about a fucking kid who's obviously willing to statutory rape a 13-year-old.
Yeah, think about that.
Total douchebag.
Total, not only just a total douchebag. I mean,
And you know who caught him?
where
Not
does
Palm
that-
Bay Police.
Well, I don't know who. Yeah,
FDL.
FDL arrested him.
What's FDO?
Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They arrested him, and I don't know if Palm Bay Police called them in to
we
arrest
don't
him.
know the whole-
I don't know the whole. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna be calling the chief of police because.
So hopefully we can get an interview out of this.
Well, I'd love the chief of police to come on this show. I'd like to come. I'd take the show to him or whatever we want to do. No, he has to come here. It's right around the corner. We got the studio, and and I'm not bashing him. I won't bash people. You know that. I don't. But I will ask.
Want to see how he feels about it.
I want to see the fucking question.
Is he as mad as I am as a citizen?
As a citizen, he should be fucking through the fucking roof. He should be worse than we are. He made his department, his profession, everything.
bad.
His name's on the line.
His name is on the line. Absolutely.
And he just became chief 3-4 months ago.
Right. Now, at what point does he say, hold on? You know why I get mad at law enforcement? Because they keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. They know it's not working. Again, maybe the one cop. At what point do you take a cop like that for a year, put him in a fucking car with a senior guy, see how they handle people, talk to people, do everything?
The problem is you already have a shortage. You're not going to, you know what I mean? You put two people in a car, now you have half the cars out there.
But you know what, Benz? I'd rather have half the cars but better cops than more cops and fucking bad things that happen like this.
I don't disagree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you want guys raping people, or do you want a guy that's less cop, no cop, and at least we have a cop and a cop learning, right? So down the line, we got more trained people. I don't think just a numbers game. Why don't we just fucking hire the military and put them on the corners? I mean, that's not what I want either. I want community-minded, well-communicated neighbors that want to protect my house or protect my mom, protect you, and go after the shit that's important. Not the fucking pot guy. Not the guy doing a little coke on the corner. Not
the
this guy.
fucking
They've
car,
already-
the
they've
car
already-
show in Albertson's parking lot or something.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
you're right, but they've already backed away from that stuff. They have no choice. They don't have the fucking manpower to go after a guy with the nick bag or whatever.
Well,
That's the
listen,
thing.
even the other drug shit, unless the guy's committing a crime, in my mind. I mean,
a danger to the community.
a danger. Listen, if a guy had fucking a bag of cocaine in his car, he's a fucking crackhead. I don't know what the fuck he didn't do anything while he's going home. Do we need to fucking waste fucking resources and
No,
time and stuff?
no.
It's the biggest waste of fucking money in all.
It is.
Yes, does the guy got a problem? Don't do. That's his problem. Now, when he commits a crime, rob something for it, put him in jail. Put him in jail. I'm all for that. But a guy doing some bullshit that means nothing except society's bullshit view on something. And here's what they say then. Oh, but what do? We're going to try to prevent it before he does do it. What do you prevent? Let's prevent crime by not hiring a cop that's fucking a baby and fucking raping somebody. That's preventing crime, and you could control that.
You're not wrong.
You know, I mean, I'd like those answers. And I'm all for good cops. I know good cops, and they come here, they hang out, they know us. They have good dudes.
I've had cops tell me that you guys street racing is not what I'm worried about. I've had people say that to me. I can't say his name, but
Right. And you know what it is? He gets it. He don't want you to kill some innocent person on the road. And I get that too.
No. See, we are not those fucking idiots. Like, I don't know if you guys heard, we talked about the news, but this happened in Maryland. There's a big meet in Ocean City, Maryland. Every year.
I know.
It's called H2O.
When is it?
Huge car. It just passed.
Yeah, by Ocean City, why don't we go? I can get us sponsored out
Dude,
there.
hold on.
The show.
I don't want to be associated with those fucking dickheads.
Oh.
They drive the streets like fucking morons. This is what happened. This happened over the weekend.
Kids?
I saw this video. This is unbelievable. Yeah, fucking kids. And there's some fucking dummy in a fucking BMW, not even a sporty BMW, just a stupid fucking
You had to say
grandma
that.
car. Had to say that. Fucking went into an intersection trying to fucking be all fucking, you know, yeah, trying to be cool. Hit a family on a golf cart, killed a dad and 2 kids.
That's the problem.
And you know what happens? They associate those motherfuckers with people like me who truly are enthusiasts, who people who actually do love. Listen,
Love the car.
we might break the law here and there, but in reality, we try to be as safe as possible. If we race a street, we close a street. And that's all I'm going to say.
I know you do.
You know what I mean?
I've seen you close 95 in its own way.
Right.
Way
And we
about it.
don't fucking do it around fucking cars, unsuspecting vehicles, nothing like that. We don't. That is stupid. I will never be part of that fucking community. The people that do stupid shit,
Good
who
for you.
race in fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a fucking public road and fucking weave through traffic. That's not me and that's not my friends. However, we're associated with those fucking idiots, unfortunately. And you know what? One last thing I'll say about this is if you are one of these guys who thinks you have a non-sporty car, you want to take it out and fucking weave through traffic, you're putting everybody else in danger. I could give a fuck about your life just like you don't. But what about the family, the mom in the car with her kids? What about that? So think about it. Before you go and fucking do something stupid like that.
100%. But that's everybody's responsibility.
But
You can
Benz,
say that about anything.
Benz,
now.
then you're going to get a lot of people, and I'm on your side with this, but then you're going to get a lot of people that are going to say, if you want to race, go to a racetrack and race.
Yeah.
Right? And we do.
Yeah, but then why do you do it on
And
the
why do
street?
you do it on the street?
We don't.
Nice one, Benz. I get you. No, and I
We
get.
don't put people's life in danger. We don't do it during the day. We do it on empty roads. And when we
And
do
what
do
you're
it, we
saying
close
is,
the road.
what you're saying, and I'm good with it, is you don't think the cops should have to worry about your life.
But what about everybody else's?
No,
life?
I said, so you're doing what you do, responsible.
We're taking risks for ourselves, not the
right,
the
and
community.
you're okay with that.
Yeah.
I am too. No, my point was
Same thing as if you're a big pro drug guy, and you're saying if you want to do heroin, right?
I don't
And
give a
as long
fuck.
as you don't commit a crime to get that heroin,
Absolutely.
do what you
and
do.
don't give it to a kid. Don't do something stupid.
But you're
rob
putting your
for
but you're putting your life at risk by doing that heroin, and that's your own decision.
But you know why I'm all for that? Because when you drink, you're putting your life at risk the same way.
Right.
So just because that says it's legal, you can go buy a bottle of fucking goddamn Angel's Envy, drink that fucking bottle, and fucking you will be fucking up, and you could kill yourself. You could kill your liver. You could drown from alcohol poisoning, anything. Why aren't we protecting that guy? Because we don't. And that's okay, because you have the right to do what you
Listen,
want.
if you can eat McDonald's for 6 meals a day, you know what I mean, and
Absolutely.
kill yourself that way, I don't see why we should tell you, okay, you can eat McDonald's, but you can't drink. You can drink, but you can't do heroin. I get that part. All I'm saying
And I
is
get that with yours. I actually
we're putting ourselves at risk. We're not putting anybody else at risk, just like we would on a racetrack.
And I totally understand that. That's why I said that to you. But my point is the cops, in my mind, should worry about the things that affect other people. They I don't believe they should even bust your chops about seatbelt. I don't give a fuck. That's your business.
I agree with that.
You want to wear no seatbelt? That's your business.
You want to go through the front windshield? It's your life.
That's right. And you know what? If the insurance company wants to say, if you don't have a seatbelt, you're not getting paid, and you still haven't, then that's your choice again. Then don't get fucking paid.
All right, well, let me ask you a question here. And it's not a pushback. It's just a question.
No, I like that.
In that same light, do you think that mandatory child seats are a thing? Do you believe that they are a thing? Do you believe that they should be?
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because you're affecting another life, not just yours. When it has to do with other people, whether it's even your kid, because it's a human being and it's another person. I don't want to see a crackhead get in that car drunk and he's got no child seat with not a kid dead. He has no choice. The kid is too young to make that proper choice. Now, if Larry and Benz are in a car together, we don't want to wear seatbelts. I have the choice to wear one or not.
Right.
And if I don't want to wear it and I die, that's my choice. You can't tell your kids 3 years old you want to wear a seatbelt or not. That they're not tied to the choice.
See,
does that make sense?
Most countries have a provision within their law. I know because I travel. Most countries have a provision within their law where kids a certain age or weight height limit, depending on the country, cannot sit in the front seat. Okay. I mean it.
Okay,
so you have to weigh.
We have that law here.
Yeah, we do.
No.
Yes, we do.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
we do.
Yes, we do.
No. You have to wear. You have to be in a car seat or a booster up
Right.
until a certain
Right.
age.
Wait.
But once you can take away the seat or the booster, you can sit in the front seat.
Oh, with a seatbelt. Yes,
Right.
yes.
But there is no weight limit. There is no height limit. And maybe some states do have that. But the states, Pennsylvania and Florida that I've lived in, do not have that law.
Okay.
But they do have a law as how long or how big should be a kid before you can take him out of a car seat or a booster.
Right. So
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I think that my kid should be able to sit in the front seat of my car. He's 5. He weighs 60
well, again,
pounds.
I
He's
think
tall.
science should work that out. I mean, they'll know.
They do.
I don't do it, but I think he should.
Tests on that and all of that.
Now,
They do
if my wife hears this, she's gonna set me on fire. So I may not be here for the next show.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm a big believer in a person's choice. Period. In anything.
Not a child's.
I just said
You're
a
right.
person's choice.
Well, a child's a person, but
no,
an
A
adult.
grown person that can make his own decisions.
a child can't make his own choice.
Right.
You can make your own choice. You want to put yourself in whatever danger
Put
with
an age
drugs
on
or
it.
this.
Put an age on it.
As
When
long
can
as
you
you're
make
not
your
putting
own choice?
nobody else in danger.
I just said,
Right.
what? 18. If we set a limit, there has to be a limit, so I'd say 18. Even though 18 is not a true
Listen,
adult.
if you could go in the military and put your life on the line,
That's how I look at things.
You
This-
should be able to have a beer and buy a cigarette too.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I 100% agree.
That's
with you.
agree with that. Here's a guy who's 18. He can go fucking shoot somebody in fucking Iraq. He
Or
can't
get-
buy
Go
a beer.
get shot. You
Or
can go
get shot.
Yeah, for your country, but
Right.
can't go in a bar.
And can't go have a beer.
Such
or
bullshit,
And
man.
buy a cigarette. How's that? Buy a
Can't
cigarette.
even buy a pack of cigarettes.
I don't understand it.
And I heard
don't
they're
know.
changing the age again to 25.
Oh, that'd be insane.
For what?
I think for alcohol.
See, this is where
Now
this
you're
is-
getting really
See,
crazy.
this is where I think.
How about cigarettes?
well, if
Probably going to change to. Right
he
now
hears
it's
about
21.
he hears about that shit way before we do.
Yeah, because
it's
he's got a store that sells it.
and they let him know so they can go and go against the legislation if they feel that they need to, because he's in a business where people control a lot of real estate, they control a lot of money, they control a lot of oil. So, for example, he is working part of a network. He hears from the guys he gets his gas from. He hears, listen, they're going to do this is coming soon. If you want to do
and
something
it happens always.
I mean, he'll tell you.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, when you he's in that business, in the gas business.
So they hear about that shit. So if he says that they're going after 25, I bet you that's fact.
They're trying for
Because he knows about it. We don't know about it. You know when we'll find out about? When they're signing it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
and
it-
everyone's it's up in an uproar.
And there's nothing you can do about it. You know why? Because it's fucking law at that point.
Yep, and they do that on purpose.
They did that with the 21 in cigarettes. I just don't believe in that.
I don't either.
I think
18 should be the right.
18
If you're
is a
allowed to
good
go in the
number.
military,
Exactly.
most
should
kids
be
smoke
able
at
to do
16,
anything
15.
you want.
My thing is what you
Exactly.
just said. My thing is what Tony just said. If you can go in the military, I don't give it 17. If you have a military ID card, first of all, it should be nothing. But I even think the age. I don't think you should just have to be in the military either. But if we're saying that a kid at 18 or 17 can go shoot somebody and for this country, then you know what? We should say he can go have a cigarette for this country. He can go fucking have a beer for this country. If we're giving him the responsibility to fucking shoot somebody, I think we can give him the responsibility to have a beer. Right. Period.
Yeah, what's the excuse not to give him? Because he's not fully developed, then why is he in the military?
He can't make decisions for himself.
Then why is he in the military?
No, I know. Because they make the decisions for you. I've heard all the arguments.
He's got to follow them, too.
I don't necessarily agree with them, but I could tell you all the pushbacks that I've gotten throughout the years.
And I have to.
It's bullshit.
We've all gotten that pushback.
But that's why I want to hear from a cop and a chief of police.
80% of this country.
I'd love to sit on that casting couch and listen to the chief sitting there. And
we'll probably have a full house.
That would be cool.
And we'll have him in.
He probably won't come.
I don't know. That's a good question.
We'll see. I mean,
you might have to go to him.
I'm not going. I'm going to ask him to come to this show. And he know, I know the last police chief, Nelson Moya. He would have came right here. And I've seen that guy fucking slam those cops. The
His
guy,
cops.
No, I seen him slam the guy in Minnesota when the guy put his foot on
George Floyd.
The Floyd case. The Plow Furman or whatever his fucking name.
Another fucking jackass. Somebody who should never have been a cop to begin with.
Right. Yep. But my point is, I've seen him slam him right on my show. He had
rightfully so.
No, what I'm saying, he had no problems calling out bad cops. Period. I even pushed back on him.
You should not have a problem with calling out bad cops, because if you are a good cop yourself, if you represent
bad
a police,
cops give them bad names, so call them out. Exactly.
If you
not only call them out, arrest them.
Right.
Get rid of them. Whatever.
If you're the boss of a company and one of your employees does something really bad, you have to feel like, you know what, that guy's a bad guy and it's somewhat my fault. And how can we make sure it doesn't happen again? Police should be no different.
Or we get rid of them.
Remember?
They obviously do. I mean, the guy's in jail.
Well,
no. I mean, if you're the owner of a company, have a bad guy, you get rid of him.
But listen, I get it's a money thing with what you just said and a cop thing with people. But I would like to see him stand up at a council meeting for himself and say, I know we're 16 cops short. We need more cops. I need more money. Say it publicly, because I want to put a rookie cop with a senior cop for a year, so we have better cops that live in Palm Bay, and we're going to pay him $50,000, and we're going to do this. At least say it and show the world that somebody needs to get on the fucking horse and not worry about their job as much as they do. Right. Oh, I can't fucking say anything because then the council's going to fire me.
Don't worry about the brotherhood.
The brotherhood. Right. The blue wall of silence. All the bullshit that we know about and we grew up in. When we grew up, we were just talking about this last night. We have a buddy who lives here. Maybe he listens to the show, I think. He's a great friend of ours. We knew him when we were fucking 12. We were up all night last night till 2 in the morning. And we were talking about cops. We were talking about how the cops treated us so much different. Took us home. Get home. If I see you out again, you're arrested.
Right.
We never hated cops. We were kids criminal kids, and we didn't hate cops.
Right. Benz, I had a cop when I was 18 years old and had a car, and I was drinking, pulled me over, and saw I was drinking, and said, follow me home.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me. I think I said the story right.
That'll never happen today. Here.
Oh. Go ahead,
I got to tell you a couple of stories why cops changed over time. Somebody gets pulled over, like you said, they'll take you home. Somebody got pulled over. They took him home. The guy sued him because he left his car there.
Well,
and they won the lawsuit.
Well, see, Tony.
So how are the cops supposed to try to help, but then people turn around and sue him for
Tony, you're 100. Tony, I agree, I agree, but I'll disagree. And here's why. There has to be some common sense, and I think if you are a police chief and that happened to your guys or stuff, and you stick up for your guys, you will have a job for a lot longer than you think, because 90% of the community is going to say no. You tried to help this guy. I know this because I'm in the community. I'm in this field. There's not one person I hang out with that wouldn't say that cop's a great cop. We need more of him. The guy who sued, fuck him. Don't give him the money, whatever.
But the judge made the lawsuit happen.
It's no judge. It's a trial.
Or a trial. Somebody made the trial happen, and he
But we
won.
don't know the whole story yet.
Well, that's at least what I've been told from
my
the
point,
cops.
I get it. My point, yes. They're going to say a lot of things.
They don't want to take the responsibility, is what he's saying. Today, in today's world, they don't want the liability of being sued because they didn't follow.
Well, I mean, there's
They
another
wanted to
thing.
help like they
They call a tow truck up, tow it to the police station, and make that guy pay for it.
Well,
now
they
it
were
costs
trying to
the guy
be
money.
like
So
they
what?
did back in the day.
There's a famous video going
Well, that is
online.
being nice, getting them off a DUI.
What is that?
And it backfired on him.
Yeah.
Tell me, Benz.
There's a famous video going around of this guy that's pleading with the cops not to
Arrest him.
not to tow his car. He's saying, I have no money. And the cops are like, relax, man. And he's saying, I can't relax. You're fucking me up. I have no money. You're about to tow my car and all that because it wasn't registered. I think those guys should have let him driven. He should have drove home. Don't drive the car again. If I see you again, I'm going to fucking take the car.
I agree with that.
But this guy's pleading with him. He's crying. And you know what? The internet had his back. Everybody was feeling bad for this guy. This was a video that a lot of you have probably already seen. I've seen it 3 or 4 times already. It's basically a guy that gets pulled over. They find out that his registration is not good for his car, which we all know registration is bullshit. It's just a way for them to make money, right? It's how
Pretty much.
It's what it is. It's a way to make money, and they twist it under the if your car gets stolen, well, not your
And we know who it is when we look at the license plate
but they don't
number.
do that. But they don't do that for $1 million diamonds anyway. So the registration, you know what I mean? It's just the fact of the
Great
matter,
point.
right? So they basically towed his car, and it's at your expense when they tow your car. You know that.
Oh, I know.
So that means, let's say it cost $150, whatever
If
it
they
costs
tow
to
it to
tow
a
car.
pound, you're going to pay every day.
And then
all
you
that.
right. So this guy is pleading with the cops. He almost has tears in his eyes. This is a grown man. He doesn't look like he's not a softie by any mean. You could tell this is a guy who's just going through it.
He's
He's
going
having
through
a
tough
bad-
times.
Having
They
a
don't have
rough
no
time
money.
in life.
And he's pleading with the fucking police officers in that body cam footage. He's pleading with them to please just let me drive it off. I will not drive it again. Let me just get home. Follow me. Whatever you want. Just don't tow my car. And they
can't
towed his
afford it.
And they towed his fucking car anyway.
Scumbag cop.
So, yeah, was he doing his job? Yes. Could he have let the fucking guy go? Absolutely.
Yes. I think the DUI one is a questionable one because if you let a guy go and he's under DUI,
That's a big deal.
And
because he killed somebody, you're responsible.
No, he took him home. The cop took him home.
But his car was left somewhere publicly, and he got sued for having that car there. That's what you're saying.
Yes, because I don't know exactly how he ended up going back, or the car got hit,
Or got
Something
broken
happened,
into or whatever.
Broken into.
If I was the cop, I'd do whatever I thought was the right thing to do. I wouldn't worry about the fucking car getting sued and all that shit. We'll figure it out when it happens.
I wouldn't
It's part
either.
of being a person.
I wouldn't either.
And you know what? His police department should back him up for doing a community service
Absolutely.
by
chief,
taking this
right.
guy
That's
home.
where
I
I
think
go
the
with
guy
Chiefs.
should have lost that lawsuit, and the cop did the right thing.
Agreed.
No,
Yeah,
100%.
we all agree on that.
100%. In fact, if the chief went on stand and said, "This is what I train my police to do," I would fucking hire that guy in any city.
Now this guy is a community servant, and he's not just a police officer who's there to fucking push the law.
Right.
There's
He's
a
there
big
to help.
difference.
That's a big difference,
To protect
man.
and serve.
That is it.
You know, they always say the protect and serve, but they never say the second part of that line, to protect and serve the community.
Right.
That's literally the everybody says to protect and serve, but nobody
But who?
says right. The community comes right after that, and they don't say that. So as part being a community cop, somebody who actually cares about the community drives that man home. I agree with it.
100%. And
No harm, no foul.
You
Exactly.
know I'm a big believer in community policing. And if you do that, you now have a cop and a department that is respected, that people are going to wave at him. Hey, this guy's a good. Look what he did here. Joe Fermini, before he died, tells the biggest story. And to go show you how bad policing can get, Joe Fermini at the time was about 78. Older guy, near 80. He's downtown Melbourne. He pulls up to a stop. You remember the story he used to tell? He pulls up the stop sign, and I guess he rolled through the stop sign a little bit.
Which, by the way, up north, you never get pulled over for this.
Never. So he gets pulled over. The cop comes up to his window and was so belligerent and says, "You know what you did?" Now this cop's a 25-year-old fucking guy. Joe is an 80-year-old fucking successful businessman in the area, knows everybody. You know what you did? Joe goes, what do you mean? What did I do? He goes, "You rolled it." Huh? You rolled it. License and registration. Joe told the story all the time. He gives him a license and registration. The guy took it. He come back. He had a call. So he had a call, to run to a call. He goes, "You're lucky. I got a call." He threw the fucking license at him. And Joe told that story 500 times.
He was disgusted by it.
Not only disgusted. Every time he said that story, he talked about the police department and everything what they did that. And everybody knows says, what fucking assholes. What bad community. Talk about bad community relations and community policing for that one act. Instead of pulling up and says, "How's this? Sir, are you okay?" "What do you mean?" "Well, you rolled that stop sign. The reason I stopped you because some people get hit, and I don't want you to get hit. I just want to make sure you're all right. Are you all right?" "Yeah." "Have a nice day. Just try not to roll these stuff." Joe would have left that fucking said,
Would've been
what
happy,
a great guy.
Benz, I got a quick.
What a great
I got
guy,
a quick story
right?
about cops.
Okay.
I had a 99-year-old grandmother who died. We had a 90. She died at 99. She drove until 95 years old. Wow. Drove a car. Okay. At 93 years old, she never had a ticket in her life.
Never nothing.
Never.
That's amazing.
Drove. Well, she only got a license at 68 when her husband died.
Okay. All right.
She never drove back in the day. You
Okay,
know?
yep.
Okay. But anyway, very conscious. Like wouldn't drive during rush hour. Only go to church and shopping.
Speed limit.
Stop. Okay. Cop pulls her over in
South Florida.
In South Florida, and gave her a ticket for a rolling stop sign. She said to the cop, she said, "Officer, I always stop. I never had a ticket in my life." He gave her a ticket, scumbag cop. She fought the ticket, went to court. You know what the judge said to her?
What's that?
Judge says, "Ma'am, you never had a ticket in your life." Threw it right out.
Good for him. Good
I
judge.
got pulled over. You believe that?
You got pulled over?
I got
He
pulled
drives
over.
like a fucking grandma.
I got pulled over in
drives
South
like a
Carolina
rat.
going 81, and I thought 95 was 70.
It's
Oh,
75 in
60.
some areas.
It's 60.
In
Did you
some
get a
areas.
ticket?
No, he pulls me over. He goes, you were going 81? I said, yes. He goes, you know what the speed limit is? I said, yeah, 70. He goes, no. He goes, it's 60 here in South Carolina. I said, oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. He goes, can I see your information? I'll be right back. Comes back, gives me a warning ticket. He goes, you haven't been speeding before? You don't have anything on your record? I said, no, I never get pulled over.
That's a good cop.
And he let me go.
That's a good cop.
It is a good cop.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
never
listen.
get pulled over.
I mean, he could have gave you a ticket for
Oh,
21 miles an
100%.
hour.
Yeah.
Let me explain something. What happens with cops, and they can say all they want. They get revenue from fucking tickets.
Yes.
You take in the Atlantic.
There's a quota.
I believe
I don't know.
so.
They say there's no quota.
That's bullshit.
There's a quota.
If a cop ain't never given tickets, they're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
So you wanna
what do you
call
do?
out-
What they
Quota.
do is they go by averages. They say that an average cop should pull over so and so many people based on the amount of cars. You know those things they put on the road? They count how many cars go through that fucking...
Right. The wear and tear. Yeah.
Right.
They're
They do
testing.
that, and they use that statistic against the cops. They'll tell them, listen, you had 100,000 cars pass you between this time and that time, and you didn't pull over more than, you pulled over 2 instead of 8. Statistically, more people speed than that, then you're doing something wrong. Call it what you would. That's a fucking quota.
Yeah, you're right. Quota,
Exactly.
yeah.
They're telling them where's your
What
rate.
it is, a quota.
You know, again, that's what I always believe gives cops a bad name, because that's not being a community-minded, protect and serve the community. I believe that cops got to look at the community and say, unless you're listen, I came up with to a bunch of police chiefs, and they all agreed with me. Listen to this. I say no cop should be allowed to pull you over unless it's a dangerous thing, meaning they have cameras on their car. If you roll a stop sign and they click it and tick your button, hit a button, a warning or a ticket goes right to your door. Never have to bother you. They know who you are
We
already.
have the technology.
Right. They know who you are. So it's not.
In other
like
words, without getting out
you're
of
not
the car
a
and
warrant.
doing
You're not a
anything.
warrant. You're not.
You're gonna have a whole lot of people say, "Oh, this guy was borrowing my car. That guy was borrowing my car." Blah 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 blah.
No, whatever you got. I don't care. It's your
nightmare.
still responsibility fucking thing. But let's say, okay, let's say
You can't do that, lad.
Wait a minute.
Can't do that.
Let me go back one.
Can't
They,
do
you
that.
can, because they do it with red light cameras. Hold
Before
on.
they took him
No,
down.
they don't.
They took him down.
Red
Not
light
all
cameras
area-
take a picture of the driver too.
Your
Hold on.
theory.
I'm-
What happens if I'm driving your car and went through a stop sign?
Yeah.
And your theory, you get
Yeah.
the ticket.
But you're not getting a moving violation. Let me ask you a question. Let's say I borrow your car and the left light is out, and the cop takes a picture of that left light.
Huh?
Am I the owner of that car?
No.
Why not?
No, but how about the infraction? Forget
you
the
don't
car.
own the
That's
car.
the infraction.
The infraction is rolling a stop sign, taking
No,
a
no,
red
no.
light.
I didn't say that. I said
Assuming it was.
let's assume it's a broken tail light.
They can't pull you over for a broken taillight. They shouldn't anyway. I think that's...
They can.
They do.
Come on,
The
I got
only-
pulled over for
I know. The only reason they fucking pull you over for that is they could look at your ashtray and see if there's a joint in it.
Right.
100%.
I got a ticket.
No, they'll give you the ticket because they already
And
stopped
I
you.
had to get it. had to get it fixed within 24 hours and bring the receipt to the police station that it was fixed.
I understand. I
And
know.
the ticket was voided.
I've seen that
$10.
happen.
Whatever.
Yes.
it was.
$10, yeah.
Yeah, but my point is, there's ways with technology we can stop the
But
'cause
to your
cops will
theory,
tell. Wait, cops will tell
Red
you
light cameras are no good no more.
that's not true.
Yeah, they took them all down because you can't prove who was
They
driving
didn't
the
take
car.
them down. They don't send tickets out.
They
for
don't
'em.
set
In
How about
Miami, they send you a picture. I just got
They
one.
just got. I got
Yeah,
one 6 months ago.
I got one when you and I went down to Miami. Remember that red light I
Yes.
took?
Was
I
it
told
a
you it was gonna
ticket?
be.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know
summons?
what it was? It was a picture of Larry and I sitting in the car and the back of the car.
But you can beat those. I beat that. I beat one of that like that in Bal Harbour. I beat one.
You can beat anything. You can beat.
You know how I
speeding.
beat them? I had an emergency vehicle coming up on me. What are you supposed to do during an emergency vehicle?
Move.
I moved. I went through. I said I couldn't stop. I couldn't slow down. I had to go through it. Now it's on them to prove that wasn't.
Right, and they won't.
And they got. It was a money grab, obviously, but you can do it. It is not. A lot of cities don't want to fight them, but these companies that put the red light cameras in, they even have speed cameras on some roads. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
If you fucking go in some states and you're going over the speed limit
Georgia.
by X amount, right? You fucking get a ticket.
Now that's a moving violation. So
Well,
if
no,
I'm
no,
in your
I don't.
car-
No, it's not even a moving violation with the red
speeding
light.
ticket ain't a-
Red light camera is not a moving violation in Miami.
not?
Nope.
No,
You get no points,
no points.
but they get money.
It's all about getting the money.
David,
It's about
Everything's
revenue.
about
don't
money.
say it's not. It's not illegal.
Guys, you could summarize any conversation by saying, "Oh, it's about money," because it's all about money.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're gonna go, but listen, I want you guys out there to let us know because we're the believer. I'm the believer in give the person a benefit of the doubt. Mostly, unless a person is doing something bad. Listen, if you got a kid that's going 100 miles an hour down Malbar Road,
It's gonna
you got to
kill someone
fucking stop him.
eventually.
You got. Obviously, they have the no chase rules because they don't want to kill
But
someone.
if you're going 5 over,
What the fuck?
Right.
Or if you, like you said, you didn't put your single light on, it's not a big deal. Do we really need to fucking bust this chop? But you're right. They pull you over to look in the
revenue
car.
and revenue.
To look in the car.
100%.
And then they say, the most dangerous time we have in policing is when we stop somebody. Don't fucking stop them.
Exactly. I'll solve your problem. Stop pulling people over for stupid shit.
For stupid shit.
Right.
Because what it does is you got a kid who's 18. He's got a joint in the ashtray. All of a sudden he's lit up in the back. Oh, fuck. He has a warrant. Maybe a little bullshit warrant. I mean,
runs.
bullshit.
He runs.
He runs.
Yeah.
And now it's either a chase, it kills somebody, doesn't kill somebody, or it makes zero fucking sense. Policing shouldn't be what it is. Policing should be to protect and serve, period. And it shouldn't be protecting, let's catch them.
Serve the community.
Protect and let's catch them, right?
Yeah,
Protect and fill my quota.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that. Now, I'll debate any police chief, and I'm sure that, and I've had debates with police.
The
A lot
good
of
ones would have no problem debating with you.
None. And they have good answers, and we just sometimes agree to disagree.
Right, and sometimes they don't have the answer. I think to me, when you bring, when you ask Al a
Look
question,
at Benz. If they don't have the answer in the back of their mind, they're saying this guy's right.
Do you want to hear what happened?
I prefer you said that out loud. If you told me, hey man, you're right, you make a really good point. It's not what's going on
It's
right now.
hard for
and
me
it's
to
not-
change. I'm going to try, but
I
you're right.
respect that. But if you're sitting on a seat where you're controlling an entire department or an entire county, depending on who you're talking to, and you just want to come up with bullshit political answers whenever I bring up something that you disagree with or something that is obviously an issue, you might not belong in that seat.
Well, I'll tell you why talking to police does work. I am one of the guys, I think is instrumental in getting body cameras on the police department in Palm Bay.
In Palm Bay.
I actually sat with the police chief in an interview. Before the interview, literally convinced him why police cameras are so important, what you need. And he was against them. And we have a lot of chiefs that are against them because they want to protect their officer. For what? What the fuck are you protecting your officer for? So when they do something wrong.
You're admitting guilt, yeah.
Yeah. Now, my point, and he agreed with me afterwards, and it took him a while.
After you
but
gave him that scenario.
a whole scenario on how it happens, and they now have body cameras. So I give him, Nelson Moyer, a lot of credit for listening, evaluating, asking more people. He did it. It took a while.
And being willing to change.
And being willing to change.
Right.
Listen, I'm not here. No, I'm not always right. I'm not always wrong. But let's hear each other out. And you know me, change my mind. I can be changed.
Right.
And so can you, and so can you.
Anybody should be
well,
able
you
to
should
be.
be able to change. Some people are so hard-headed you can't be changed.
Right.
And that's what you're saying about. Don't come up with the political answer just because I'm going to get
You're either a police department employee or you're a fucking politician. You're not both.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm just saying it should
Even if people say, "Oh, we don't run for office. We're the police." No, you're politicking the council. You're politicking your boss, the city manager,
Constantly.
whatever it is. But I think we said enough. Hey, we're gonna get going, everybody. Anybody got anything? Benz?
Nothing, man. If you're not already registered for the giveaway, thatbenz.com/giveaway.
Is there a link on the website, the Crooked Diamond cigar?
There is a link. It just doesn't work.
These cigars are the best cigar I've smoked.
There are
and
some
I've been
that
smoking
don't.
cigars 35 years.
I appreciate you
These are
saying
the best
that, Dave.
cigars I've smoking.
Thank
Get
you,
them.
brother. I
Get 'em.
appreciate that.
Get them. The first 500 boxes with the T-shirt before they go.
And 10 free tickets
And 10 free tickets
for
to
either
the
a
cruise.
laptop if you're young, or and 8. Is it 18 to buy cigars?
No, it's actually 21.
And the cruise is for
21.
you and a loved one, too. It's you
Nationwide.
and your partner.
It's 21 nationwide, and we will not sell to anybody who is not 21 and over.
Well, that's
Okay.
the tobacco law.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's the law. And yes, the cruise is coming. But you are a young person. If you want them for the box, you want them for anything, give away cigars, give away Crooked Diamonds, and you're 21 and you buy a box of cigars, you still want the laptop.
Let us know.
No.
No, well, we'll find out.
We'll find out real quick. And it's coming up real quick, everybody.
So we have a show on
Next
Friday.
Monday.
Right. We have
my show, my birthday is when we're going to pull them. Oh, we pulling them on the show?
Hell yeah.
Holy fuck.
We're going to do it with the live camera. We'll talk about it after.
Oh, yeah, you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, this is going to be
I'm
exciting.
definitely going to be here for that one.
That's, we got to.
yeah.
Are we doing the weather next Monday? I'll be here.
The weather.
The news.
Of course he's here. Dave is
doing
now
the
what?
Well,
We
the
got, is
big
this 3 in a row?
2 in a row.
The big news will be the hurricane next week. You know that.
Is this 3 in a row or 2 in a row?
This is 2 in a row. This is 3 out of 4.
I have to get a title for being here.
A what?
I have to get a title.
We
for
have
being
one.
here. We
Gas
have-
station
Gas
Tony.
station, baby.
Well, Davis for the news. What am I here for?
Gas station Tony. You
Gas
gas.
station knowledge.
Listen, when the gas prices are so high, we have to have a gas man in.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
Anyways.
actually going down. What's a gallon now?
I think it was like $3.19.
Yeah, it's going
That's because
down.
election's coming up.
That sucks.
Exactly.
Look at how happy we are. It's
Midterms.
$3.19.
I know.
Trump was at $2.
It wasn't Trump. It was the country. But yeah.
Whatever. I don't give a
exactly.
fuck. Trump. All right, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Dave, I'll see you. Thanks. See you next week. Ben's, great show. Everybody, please.
Stay safe.
CrookedDiamondCigar.com. Check our merch. Check everything out. Have a great day and make good choices, everybody.
Stay safe, everybody.